Wembanyama's name was announced over the public address system.
Oh yeah. All right. So the NBA draft.
NBA draft, and the first pick is coming up right after the break.
New Dr. Pepper strawberries and cream. Taste delicious Dr. Pepper with refreshing strawberry flavor. But wait, there's more. Why not try your brand new?
So some news before the Titanic, and so the Titan, all 5 of those people have been dead, obviously, for now. So thoughts and prayers to their family. Marcus Smart is traded to the Grizzlies. That's pretty interesting. Chris Paul traded to the Warriors, and Jordan Poole to the Blazers, and Draymond Green and Chris Middleton are official free agents. Pretty crazy.
How much of it is on our streets, you understand why some people never wear their favorite sneakers.
Happiness is different things to different people. That's what happiness is.
So I'm going to do the NBA trade machine, and I'm going to try to get the best possible. So Marcus Smart, let's see here, and the Grizzlies.
Tonight, the center of the NBA world, it is New York City. But from Paris to Pepperdine, from Lawrence, Kansas to Las Vegas, Atlanta to Arkansas, these prospects, they span the globe, and the fans, they have lined up outside to welcome them. The future is here for 58 young men. Their lives, they are about to change.
My inner circle, they really opened my eyes to the world of basketball.
My mom was a coach.
What? I'll be back, y'all.
It's a team game from day one.
My dad always take us to the court. He's the one who really made us fall in love with it.
My coach, he poured his life in us. My mom's my superhero. She's the one who put it on my hands. Me and my brother, we've been playing basketball since we were 5.
Every success reflects the circle's embrace.
I want to be who I am if it weren't for them.
My parents always instilled in me to have big dreams. You gotta put in the work to get to that dream.
They always tell me basketball can take you places. So why not see where it can take you?
Tonight, when their name is called, the circle's journey moves forward.
They're gonna be proud. Their son is gonna be in the NBA.
Welcome to the 2023 NBA Draft presented by State Farm. Back in their draft headquarters, teams are making their final deliberations as to who will be joining their franchise. But here in the green room, the nerves, the emotions, they are high because everything these players have worked for is here. But before stepping into their futures, they're stepping onto the red carpet. Victor Wembanyama, looking slick in green. And then Brandon Miller, 3-piece suit. I'm here for the stripes. I like the stripes. Scoot Henderson, I'm here for the bling. He might win. Yeah. Can we get Jay Billis a grill?
That was Jay's
Get
second
Jay
choice.
Billis a grill. Yeah. You actually gave that to him. And Jay, I think
Whichever first.
you should have probably been wearing these too. Asar and Amen Thompson. But we will not wait any longer. Here is NBA Commissioner Adam Silver.
Good evening and welcome to the 2023 NBA Draft. To the fans here in Brooklyn and around the world, thank you for being part of such a memorable season. It was a season filled with historic performances and unpredictable competition. We crowned a new all-time scoring leader. We watched a number 8 seed reach the finals for just the second time. And we saw a franchise win its very first NBA title. Congratulations again to the Nuggets and the city of Denver on a remarkable championship season. And whether it's the number 7 pick in Jamal Murray from Kitchener, Ontario, Canada, or a second-round selection in Nikola Jokic from Sombor, Serbia, the Nuggets showed that stars can come from anywhere in the draft, at any pick, and from any country. This league is where the very best come to compete in front of a global audience that spans more than 200 countries. And tonight, we usher in the next wave of NBA players, young men who come from different paths and different backgrounds, who are brought together by their common dream of playing in the NBA. So let's get the night started. The first pick in the 2023 NBA Draft belongs to the San Antonio Spurs, who have 5 minutes to make their selection.
A smattering of Spurs fans here waiting to see the presumptive number 1 overall pick, Victor Wembanyama's name called in person. But here's how the Spurs got here. They joined the league as a part of the 1976 merger, bringing with them the Iceman, George Gervin. He was a 4-time scoring champ, never got past the conference finals. But David Robinson, he was the number 1 pick in 1987. Served 2 years in the Navy, joined the Spurs in '89. The Admiral won an MVP award for the boat. It picked up real speed when Tim Duncan was drafted 1 overall in '97. The Spurs, they would win their first title in 1999. And then they'll add 2 key international players, of course, Tony Parker, Manu Ginobili, and that's when the dynasty era started. 3 titles in 5 seasons. And then Kawhi Leonard came on board in 2012, helping the franchise to their latest title in 2014. But they have missed the last 4 playoffs, and here comes Victor Wembanyama. So, Jay, let's talk a little bit more about Victor. What makes him so special?
It's the incredible combination of size, length, skill, and productivity. You know, a lot of times a 19-year-old player will come over internationally and be in a secondary role or supporting role. That's not Victor Wembanyama. He led the French league in scoring, in rebounding, and block shots. And we've never seen anything like him on a basketball floor before. That combination, his skill level, he shoots the ball. He's like a 6'2" guard and a 7'5" body. He's got a fantastic handle. He's very fluid, incredibly mobile. He takes long strides. But where he really sets himself apart is on the defensive end, because he's a big-time shot blocker, not just around the rim and in the lane, but he can block shots as a range shot blocker. He can switch off onto a pick and roll and guard the ball handler, give him 5 or 6 feet of space to take away the drive, and then recover to a step back. And he said that to Scoot Henderson, he played 2 games against the G League Ignite earlier this year, and he averaged 36.5 points. When you watch him play, your jaw is on the floor.
I mean, how? How?
Your jaw is on the floor.
It's unbelievable. It feels
We've
like
never seen this before.
time that he steps on the floor, Jay, that he presents something we have literally never seen.
Yeah, it's a combination. We've seen Ralph Sampson before at 7'4", just a great player, Hall of Famer. We've seen players that size, but they're usually back to the basket player. He plays like a guard and plays all over the floor. Lateral movement, you name it. He really has it all. He is unique.
That's the part that I want to break down, because I don't think people at home understand how difficult this stuff. So I'm gonna show you. Oh, yeah, I'm gonna show you. We got sneakers on to do this, or we would definitely have. Oh, you came prepared. All right, I was ready for this. So listen, just I'm gonna go through a basic one dribble pull-up, right? Imagine being 7'5" and doing this. I'm heading to the ball, right? When I get to the basketball, I have to stop my momentum right here. Let's just imagine for fun that I want to do a jab step, right? This is the defender. I want to shift to
The pick is in
I'm gonna lean this way. The defender
for the Spurs. Yep.
Now I have to stop all this momentum to go back this way to lose my defender. Put the ball on the floor, which is what the travel tend to be just to get to the floor because again, I'm 7'5". Then I've got to gather all my weight and my momentum and elevate straight up without leaning too far. This is what happens when I shot a pull-up jump shot. I would pull up and I would fall. Off balance, no coordination, nothing, because it is extremely hard to do. The weight needs on balance, the core strength it has to elevate your shots under control and hit them with consistency. I don't think people understand how hard you're right, because it's hard to do. It's so hard, right? That's why you
Is that a serious question?
why you had a hard time, right? Right? But really, can you imagine doing all that at 7'5"?
I can't, because I topped out at 6'4" with a negative wingspan. So God wasn't as good. God wasn't as good as me. No, Jay brought up something really important here. It's the productivity for me that really stands out. Into the NBA, you talk about some of the rules that are different between FIBA and the NBA.
Yeah.
Defensive 3 seconds, freedom of movement off the ball. He's going to have spacing in the NBA to operate.
Well, how long does it take?
It's way easier to score 30 points in the NBA versus Europe, and Wembanyama is going to benefit from all those things. When you sat down with him, with your Old Man of the Three podcast, can you sense his maturity that he's actually ready for this? Jay, I was blown away. I was blown away by his sense of self, his self-awareness, the mentality, maturity, level-headedness, all of it.
You know, the answer when he was talking about pressure, about how he just doesn't feel
He's free in the universe.
What teenager says that? I'm free and truly believes it. Like, that's the thing that struck me from your conversation.
Well, I ask questions like that all the time to young players.
Yeah.
I've never gotten an answer like that. Literally, jaw drop. I looked at Jason, our head of video, and I said, I think this guy's found enlightenment at 19. Well, Bill
Must
Walton,
be nice.
but to be fair, Bill Walton said the same thing when he was drafted. Different reasons.
Bill Walton has kept that enlightenment all the way through. Let's take a look at some of the personal info from Victor Wembanyama, because Jay, something that is really interesting to me is really he hasn't played in NBA rules other than when he came for an exhibition game here. When we obviously saw him play against Scoot Henderson in his handful of games in Las Vegas. He won the MVP of the French League last year, but those were really the first time he was playing within NBA rules. Let's put a pin in that because the pick is in. Here is NBA Commissioner.
All right, here we go. First pick is in.
With the first pick in the 2023 NBA Draft, the San Antonio Spurs select Victor Wembanyama.
So he goes to the Spurs, Victor Wembanyama.
Victor Wembanyama sharing this.
I like his energy that the commissioner gives Adam Silver better than Roger Goodell.
Because he is perhaps the greatest prospect to ever walk across this stage. He heads to San Antonio, following in the footsteps of fellow Frenchman Tony Parker, who he idolized growing up, of Manu Ginobili, a fellow number one picks, Tim Duncan, David Robinson, all of whom won championships with the franchise under the tutelage of Greg Popovich, the winningest coach in league history. And at 7'4", an elite.
He has so many hugs he has to give. He's so tall.
He is where the league's past, Jay, meets its present. A dominant big man.
Wow, the Bulls are up.
Singularly unique, and I'm using unique correctly because there are no great agents of unique. You can't be very unique and the most unique.
Here, Jay.
I had to do that for my wife. She's an English major. She didn't know me about that. You go to Duke?
Oh, no. We're not trying to Dukies in here. Oh, okay, here we go.
But your point about the shot blocking. So in the French league, Rudy Gobert played in the same league.
Right.
Played 27 games. Victor Wembanyama played 34 games in that league and blocked over 50 more shots than Rudy Gobert did. I mean, that's significant. He's an 83% free throw shooter. He's got a great shooting touch. He only shoots about 30% from three, but I think that's going to improve because he's got really good mechanics. He's the real deal. He's one of those guys. You just have to watch it. You'll see. You don't have to listen to it. Watch it, and you know.
If you can't be very unique, can you be a very generational talent? Because he certainly is, and there's actually some numbers to back that up. He already is at the top of the NBA in the record books because look at this. He's 7'5".
He's 7'5". Holy cow!
Sixth tallest all time. You can see where that stacks up. Only
Sixth tallest in NBA history.
We're taller than him. Yao Ming. And when you look at his wingspan, the comp list is even shorter. He's tied to the third longest ever wingspan, which is just wild to see. And then I have a hard enough time finding size 9 shoes. And I had to beg for this size shoe. I sorted it. So, do they have a 20 and a half? Because that's what he was doing. When you look at Victor Wembanyama, what do you see?
You know what comes to mind is one of the last things Greg Popovich said this season. He said he has been the beneficiary of serendipity to the max degree. This is Greg Popovich talking about himself. That just got magnified 1,000,000 times because of Victor Wembanyama coming to the Spurs and what he is going to bring to this organization.
The Hornets are on the clock.
So many different statistical categories. It's going to be incredibly fun to watch.
Well, since I can't call him the most unique player ever, I will call him the ultimate unicorn. Somebody who is going to break the mold of what an NBA player could be.
You can see the company he's joining, Elite Company, as the #1 pick, and he is standing by with Armand Gardner.
Victor, bienvenue à la NBA. Tell me what this emotion. Tell me about these tears.
It's just accomplishing something that I've been dreaming of my whole life. Hearing that sentence from Adam Silver, I've dreamed of it so much that, I gotta cry though.
Eve, Oscar, Victor's siblings, there were tears for you guys. What has it been like watching your brother in this pursuit?
That's amazing. We're all so proud. We're very happy for you. We are happy for the family, for the friends, for everything, for the basketball. That's so amazing. Yeah.
I know that I was gonna have tears because every time I thought about the sentence, like with the first pick and everything, I got this little tears in my eyes, and I knew that I wasn't gonna let them in my eyes. Yeah, that's crazy.
Victor, I do have to ask you though. You have been
All right, the Hornets pick is in.
So many people are thrilled about your potential in the NBA, and you have said that you don't feel pressure because it's just basketball. How do you begin to leave your mark on this league?
It's a tough league. It's tough to win this league. Many players have tried to win for years, for decades.
Pat McAfee said Victor Wembanyama is so talented that we could fill in the gaps around him and contend for a title. That's what Pat McAfee said.
You are a Spurs. Speaking of the Spurs, your teammate, Jeremy Sohan, is here to welcome you.
I've been waiting for this for so long.
Jeremy, obviously a current player with the Spurs. Victor and family, congratulations. We're going to go to Marty Smith, who is in San Antonio.
Holy cow. It's crazy in San Antonio. It's going to be Brandon Miller from Alabama. Holy cow, it is crazy there. Oh.
JJ, are you next with that haircut?
Absolutely not.
Emotion of Victor Wembanyama. I mean, a historical moment as he walked across the stage. He said that he had been imagining what it would sound like with his family. And now that moment has arrived, and Charlotte is on the clock. Who will they be selecting at number 2? Scoot Henderson winning for
It's going to be Brandon Miller.
It was largely expected, as Adrian Wojnarowski reported, that Brandon Miller would be
He's getting a phone call, so it's him.
Charlotte Hornets. Let's find out definitively what to get here.
He's got a phone call to Brandon Miller.
With the second pick,
Brandon Miller.
2023 NBA draft, the Charlotte Hornets select
Brandon
Miller. From the University
He was literally on the phone. Of course, we all knew now.
Brandon Miller.
But
SEC Player of the
nice
Year,
pick by the Hornets.
Newcomer of the Year. Mitch Kupchak, the general manager in Charlotte, he was in attendance for Miller's season high 41 points against South Carolina. That was back in February. But Jay, I mean, his ability to shoot the ball at his size, that's just valued at a premium right now.
That's exactly what he is.
6'8", 200 pounds. 200 pounds at 6'8", that's really good.
He can move laterally, and he's a versatile shot maker. He can do it in catch and shoot situations, off the dribble, shoot it on the move. Excellent in isolation and out of pick and roll situations. He struggled at the rim early. Early on in his career at Alabama, he was not finishing at a high rate at the rim, but that improved greatly as the season went along. But he can rip and run, grab a rebound, bring it up himself, and be dynamic in transition. And there you see his finishing has improved. You know, he's not a big, strong body. He's light and athletic, but he rebounds at a high rate. Over 8 rebounds a game, a couple offensive rebounds. But where he sets himself apart is shooting. I think he's going to be a good defender because of his length and athleticism. But the shooting is big time. I mean, he reminds me of when Paul George was at Fresno State, except I think he's a little bit better of a shooter at this stage than Paul George.
That's his go. That's his go. That's his go. Paul George is his go. He's so excited about that follow on Instagram. Love it. I feel like the biggest thing for me, though, when you talk about his competitive edge, is that South Carolina game. When you talk about that game, he showed competitive edge. He showed emotion. He scored 41 points in that game. Yeah. No one else on the team scored more than 10. He put the team on his back, won that game for them. He is so incredibly talented, long, athletic. He brings a lot to Charlotte. Here are some of the number 2 picks that have gone to Charlotte. And now Brandon Miller is with Monica McNutt.
All right, what does he have to say?
All right, we got Brandon Miller and family getting seated on the couch. Brandon, congratulations.
Thank you.
You told me yesterday that originally you were planning just to have a small family gathering at the crib.
Of course.
Are you glad that you chose to take in the night in person?
Most definitely. I think my bets kind of convinced me to steer me the right way. I'm definitely having fun here, just seeing all the guys here. Really excited just to see, all my friends, just to be drafted because I know it's one of their dreams. So it's definitely one of my dreams. So it's just a good moment to be here.
Daryl and Yolanda, your parents, what do you want fans in Charlotte to know about your son?
That they're getting a great kid, a great young man, great character, and he's gonna bring a lot to the city of Charlotte. I think once the city of Charlotte gets to know him, I think they're gonna fall in love with him.
You told me yesterday, Brandon, although it was a little controversial that you said Paul George was your GOAT, but you told me that Michael Jordan made you feel like Charlotte was home in that second workout.
Yeah.
You'll have the opportunity now to play alongside LaMelo Ball, a young organization. How do you see your game fitting in?
Man, with Melo, we was texting before this, this is my guy. So I think with Melo, as good as a point guard he is, I think I just kind of fill in the place for him. I know he's a great vet now that he has the most experience. I know he's going to be, the big brother for me away from home.
What will the lasting memory of tonight be for your parents?
The last memory.
The most important part of the night.
Probably, just hearing my name being called. I think all we can ask for is just a chance now. I know we're going to go in here and, just have as much fun as we can in Charlotte. And like my dad said, once Charlotte gets to know who I am, it's going to be a movie.
Well, Brandon, parents, Daryl, and Yolanda, congratulations on the dream come true.
Thank you.
So the Portland pick is in. Maybe Damian Lillard will be on the team, maybe or not. But Brandon Miller, they have a great young team now with Brandon Miller and LaMelo Ball. And so this is, watch out for Charlotte in a couple of years. MJ will be happy. And also, I guess he was originally going to go at his house, and they're going to have a family to crib, but now he's in the NBA, like he's in the what is a place out there, and so that's good. So we'll see if if this person who gets called, if Damian Lillard will be a Portland or not. I don't think he is. But it will be a blockbuster trade.
What would you like to see, at least to give a starting base for Portland to be able to get back in contention?
They need to improve their defense. They were the third worst defensive team in the NBA last year, and that's where I think Scoot Henderson can make an immediate impact on that end of the floor.
Scoot Henderson, of course.
But this person is going to have to change the franchise because I don't think Lillard's going to be here.
He reminds you of Russell Westbrook when he was in UCLA. He's that kind of athletic profile.
And even, when you're talking about, okay, you put Scoot next to Damian Lillard, it seems like at this point that is what you would go ahead and do. But let's check.
All right, Adam Silver. Who are the Portland's going to take after all the drama this offseason?
With the third pick in the 2023 NBA draft, the Portland Trailblazers select Scoot Henderson.
So Scoot Henderson is a Portland Trailblazer.
Scoot Henderson, big game, big personality, of course, from the G League Ignite, following in the footsteps of Jalen Green, Jonathan Kuminga, Dyson Daniels, all top 10 picks here.
Aw. His grandma's there. She's probably so proud of him. This is probably the best part of any draft, the NFL draft, the NBA draft, just seeing these players, do their dreams.
Yeah, and it's so exciting.
It just...
Henderson, we talked last night about his motto, overly determined to dominate, and that is the mindset that
It's great to see this. This is what, just like seeing this,
That dominant mentality that Scoot Henderson brings, it's on the offensive end. It's on the defensive end. He is strong. He is fast. He has so much energy and excitement.
He started at age 17 when in the NBA G League. He played 2 seasons. That's incredible. 19 years old, obviously, now.
Particularly from the three-point line. The reality is, with his athleticism and physical profile, he doesn't necessarily need to
And man,
a great three-point shooter. Think about prime Derrick Rose, Ja Morant.
he has a big personality, so hopefully that doesn't get out of the way, but I don't think that will. With
Yeah, Jay, can we go back to the young Russell Westbrook is what you were saying?
Yeah, because of the athletic profile.
So someone compared him to a young Russell Westbrook.
Great body control, a great first step. He's a powerful finisher. I mean, he gets to the paint. He gets paint, and he makes plays when he gets there. Not just for himself with his finishing ability. With that 6'9" wingspan, he is ultra competitive. He is a hard worker, and he goes after people. I mean,
So the Rockets are on the clock now.
Idea of overly determined to dominate. Yeah, he goes after people. That competitive piece, I think, is really important for him. And he creates off penetration, not just for himself when he can get to the rim and finish, but he creates for others. He is a good passer. He can find people with good vision. He draws defense, but getting a piece of the paint with that explosiveness is really important for him. And he's a dynamic scorer. I mean, here he is going up against Victor Wembanyama, goes behind his back, little step back, and gets it up over 7 feet and 7'4", and really long arms. He had better numbers in the G League, a better offensive rating, more rebounds, more assists than Jalen Green did when he played in the G League, and I think that's significant. He's played 2 years with the G League Ignite. He's played against NBA caliber talent. I think he's ready to make this jump.
Not to mention, he graduated high school early. He graduated at 17 to become the youngest player in G League history. So much room for him to grow. You can see some of his peers here. ODD, overly determined to dominate.
So who's going to draft be the Rockets pick? That's going to be a big mess.
Every one of your siblings at the table before you went to the stage after Adam Silver called your name, why was it important to take that moment?
But it's enjoying the moment. It means so much. I have to. No matter who's calling me, I'm blessed to be here. I gotta thank the ones that got me here in the first place. That's what I had to do.
Mom, Crystal, Dad, Chris, you guys told me at age 5 you knew your son was special. You could see that this day would come. Now that it's here, what's going through your mind?
It's amazing. Amazing. God is good. He's worked really hard. He worked really hard, and we ain't done yet. We're at ground zero now.
Now, with that in mind, though, Crystal, I know your model is play hard or don't play. And this is just the beginning, right? So what are the Portland Trailblazers getting in adding Scoot Henderson to their organizations?
They get a dog. They get a dog that's gonna come in and that's gonna be hungry. No, I'm young, but I got a mature mindset and that's to work and that's come in and make a real impact in not just the basketball side, but in the community. So they get a special player, a special person.
You guys have done a great job of keeping him grounded, although you've been tremendously focused on your own, but you have helped Chris. Now that he steps into the pros, what kind of basketball dad are you going to be?
I'm just going to be the dad on the side, cheering. At the same time, I'm a perfectionist, so watch what he's doing, what he's not doing, and try to perfect his skill set. We still gonna be working, and nothing changed. Nothing changes.
Scoop, Crystal, Chris, congratulations.
Thank you so much.
So it seems like that what's been really good is that their parents, that he is really motivated by them. He's motivated. He played against NBA talent pretty much in the G League, and a great young player that the Portland Trailblazers are going to be. Hopefully their player like that'll go around him, since Damian Lillard. So the Rockets, they only have 1 minute and 15 seconds to make their pick in. The Pistons are up next, and the Orlando Magic.
Well, absolutely. They have a collection of young, talented players, and whoever they get tonight will add to that. But it's
A minute left.
search that cap space. They need to bring in vets, maybe get some vets on JJ Redick, 1 year, $23 million. I don't know, like Philly did.
All right, the pick is in with 50 seconds. No need, Rockets fans. They did not mess this one up. Well, you don't know the pick yet.
They were clear. All right. So tonight, though, obviously they're not adding as we speak with the 4th pick that veteran talent that JJ is talking about that they absolutely need. Who are you looking at here?
Well, the player that I'm looking at is Amen Thompson. I mean, he is a point guard. He's 6'7", so he plays with a lot of size. I think he fits in with that group. But another thing, when you talk about this being a young team, to me, Amen, both of the twins, but talking Amen here, they've been described as being guard versions of Tim Duncan. They just want to hoop. They're not worried about anything else. Until a few weeks ago, they had iPhone 5s. That's the iPhone with the button at the anything else. They want to compete. They want to hoop. They spend extra time in the gym. They've been doing 4 workouts a day. I think Amen Thompson, with that just let me hoop and learn and play mentality, I think he'd be a great fit in Houston.
Okay?
He's a world-class athlete. It's hard to argue with that. And, you talk about elite athletes. Both the Thompsons are world-class athletes. They're big time.
Let's go back a little bit to that culture piece in Houston. Is there any free agent that you're looking at, someone that you think other than yourself that should be added to that locker room?
Well, I don't want to set somebody up to get a bag here, but the one guy that I think is available that could be on a bigger one-year deal is Jordan Yates.
Let's see who Houston is adding to their roster as we head back to the podium with NBA Commissioner Adams.
All right, who are the Rockets taking?
With the 4th pick in the 2023 NBA Draft, the Houston Rockets select Amen Thompson from Oakland, California, and Overtime Elite.
So Amen Thompson from the Overtime Elite. He is going to the Houston Rockets.
Amen Thompson headed to the Houston Rockets. And I just love this, Jay. Of course, they won the 2023 Overtime Elite Championship with the City Reapers.
Just coming off their Overtime Elite Championship.
He had to game-winning layup as time expired to give his team a 2-0 series lead. And then in Game 3, that was the clincher, he hit the game-winning assist to his twin brother Assam with 2.3 seconds left to win the title. Our Jonathan Gavoni has said he has the highest ceiling of anyone in the draft, not named Victor Wembanyama.
And that's saying a lot, because this is a really good draft full of talented players. But Ahmed Thompson is a long-armed, freaky athlete. A driver, another playmaker, and a good passer. And he finishes at a 74% rate at the rim. There's fast switch speed that can handle and pass it. Now, he's
The
not a
Pistons
great
on the
shooter,
clock.
to JJ's point earlier, but that sort of athleticism, if he can become consistent and be able to make shots, it's going to open things up for him. He's just a fabulous athlete.
He is so incredibly crafty with the basketball. I mean, just a true specialist in breaking down the man that is in front of him, whether it's an inside out or cross over the team, like a combo move of all three of those. He is shifty, he hunts the paint, he has great footwork. There is such an incredible foundation for Ahmed Thompson to be a great NBA player, and he's a worker. He puts the time in. I've been told he has an incredible work ethic. I think we're going to see him grow immense amounts.
Average just over 16 points, just under 6 assists, 5.9 rebounds per game. And how special is it to be drafted on the same night as your twin brother?
On Ahmed Thompson, you're looking at a player that's got top-end speed in transition. He is fast, gets from one end to the other in incredible speed. And a good passer, gets to the paint. He is also a good finisher. We mentioned the 74% finishing rate at the rim and can play above the rim. You don't find that kind of athleticism every day. They just don't make them like this very often. But he's a playmaker for himself, but more importantly, as a lead guard, he can make plays for others. He finds people, good passes. He will go to the glass, and he's tough-minded. Now, playing an overtime lead, some people say, well, it's difficult to evaluate, but NBA scouts evaluated players in high school. They know he's athletically the real deal.
And now he's with Harmonica Big Nut.
We share much.
Man, basketball is taking you from California to Florida to Atlanta, and now you're headed to the Houston Rockets.
Yeah,
First thought as you become a Rocket.
I'm just excited to be a Rocket.
Maya, Troy, you guys have watched both of your sons, but Amen put in the hours and the sweat equity that was required to get to this moment. How proud are you of him?
I'm very proud of him. I like the way Matt always wanted to execute. He always wanted to master all the skills. And today, for him to be rewarded, to be the number 4 pick in the NBA draft, I know he's feeling great, and I'm feeling so good for him.
Yeah, there are no words. I'm happy beyond belief. So
the smile is radiating. Oh, man, our analysts are talking a ton about your athleticism, and you're joining a Houston Rockets team led by Ime Udoka that already has athletes. What are you excited about in terms of the basketball as you join this organization?
Just being in the NBA, playing with these athletic guys. I feel like my best friend of basketball is, running. And we're a young team, so that's what we're going to do.
What's the first thing that you might do to celebrate that you're comfortable sharing?
Celebrate? Oh, no, listen, we need to fly some In-N-Out out here.
In-N-Out burger, fast food?
I need some In-N-Out. Just fly it out to New York for a day. Good.
Troy, you have had a vision for both of your sons. As they enter this next chapter as pros, what is the vision that you see moving forward?
Well, the vision now is to become leaders on their team, obviously be at least first team all-rookie and maybe compete for Rookie of the Year. We got big ambitions.
What do you think about those ambitions, man?
I think we can go bigger. I think just try to be great.
Well, congratulations. I know we're watching and waiting, hopefully, for your brother's name to be called, but congratulations.
Yes, thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, man.
So the Pistons pick is in the worst team in the NBA, which is the only problem with this, the draft lottery, because they would have got a generational talent, Victor Wembanyama, if this was like the NFL draft. But the the fourth pick, he just seems like he is ready for the NBA. He is an NBA star. After carrying his team to the G League championship. So, so the Pistons pick is in. So hopefully Adam Silver will probably be coming up pretty soon.
The Detroit Pistons, they are now on the clock. Of course, they have hired Monty Williams as the highest paid head coach in NBA history here. When you're looking at the Pistons, what do you want to see with them?
Well, they have a very strong backcourt for the future. And Cade Cunningham, assuming he's healthy this year, and Jaden Ivey, who was really good, particularly towards the end of the year. Jalen Duren is another young player that they have. I think they go with a forward here.
They are certainly not new to having high picks in these recent drafts. They have another one. The pick is in. Let's head to Commissioner.
All right, the pick is in. It was pretty quick.
With the 5th pick in the 2023 NBA Draft, the Detroit Pistons select Asar Thompson from Oakland, California.
Asar Thompson from the Overtime Elite is going to the Detroit Pistons.
Selected back-to-back here in the 2023 NBA Draft. Asar Thompson, he said, I'm nowhere near as good as I can be. I cannot let a day go by where I don't get better. This is a 7th pair of brothers drafted in the same year. The first since the Morris twins in 2011, but certainly Asar, a special player in his own right.
Similar to his twin brother, another Greek athlete, 7-foot wingspan. But Asar is an outstanding defender. He competes on the glass. Similar speed,
Helps. Hopefully, Thompson will help the Pistons from not being the worst team in the league. They won't be the best team, obviously, but help them and, be a generational talent.
He's a good passer, but his defensive ability, he's got the ability to be an elite defender.
I mean, when I watch Asar Thompson play, he's like a
6'7", 218 pounds.
You can use him in so many different situations, and he has success. He's an athletic wing. When you talk about young talent being added to this Detroit Pistons team, he can get to the rim. He's more smooth in the way that he plays the game. Not necessarily shifty, but the way that he moves. It's almost like he's water out there on the court. Just fluid in the way that he attacks. He's got great long strides. He can play with power. The defensive aspect, though, is 110% my favorite part of his game. Because coming into the league, sometimes it's going to be difficult to score when you're coming to the next level. But if you can make an impact defensively, with your awareness, with your energy, with the presence that you have, and being active and making plays on the basketball, you can have a positive impact on a team. And I truly believe that Asar can do that.
Of course, Cade Cunningham only played 12 games this past season due to injury, so it's going to be interesting to see what a full and healthy Detroit Pistons team could do under Monty Williams. But look at this history here. This is how many times brothers have been drafted in the top 5 in the common era. Twice. That is just so interesting.
So with the Thompsons and the Balls brothers drafted in the top 5. And so it's the last one been since 2020.
You just said to me, it was crazy that we were drafted back to back. How are you feeling in this moment?
I'm super excited. I never seen anything like this, so it feels nice to make history with the men.
Personally, though, Houston, and now you're headed to Detroit, a team that is looking to build culture, to start getting wins. They add your athleticism, your prowess on the defensive side of the basketball. How excited are you about the opportunity?
Super excited. I'm super excited to meet my coaches, meet my teammates, and just grow with them. Trying to contend.
Troy, you were a blueprint of sorts for your brothers. They heard their names back to back. They made history tonight as their older brother, as the guy in the driveway hooping with them and beating them up until a certain point. How proud are you of the work that they put in to get here?
I mean, this is just one of the most amazing days I've ever been around. I mean, it's a great moment. I'm proud of both of them. Houston got one of them ones. Detroit got one of them ones. It's going to be real exciting to see where things go.
Asar, you guys have taken the path less traveled in choosing OT Elite, and now you are here on draft night about to start your professional career. What gives you confidence in your preparation?
I just, I'm always confident. I always believe in myself. I'm always going to believe in myself. And, I know what I've worked on. So that's where the confidence comes from.
Mom, Maya, I think we got to find the vision board at the house in California and just take it all in.
It is still on the wall. To see that they really took that as 9-year-olds and made it become a reality. And this is just amazing. There are no words to really express how I'm feeling. Like Asar said, to see them back to back, that blows my mind. The world is just opening up to him. There's no limit. So I'm just very excited about what's in store. So very, very happy.
Now the real question is, what are y'all gonna do about the jersey situation? Are we going front and back, splitting the teams? What's gonna happen?
I won't be doing it.
Split it right down the middle. Mom Crystal, big brother Troy, Asar Thompson, congratulations, guys.
Thank you so much.
So the Orlando Magic pick is in, and then the Thompsons brother making history as twins getting picked back to back as twins, and going to be both good players for their team, and probably gonna have to split in half of the jersey, and the pick is in for the Orlando Magic.
In the 2023 NBA draft, the Orlando Magic select Anthony Black from the University of Arkansas.
Anthony Black from Arkansas gets picked to Orlando. The guy from Villanova is still up.
And I had a conversation with him earlier this week, and he told me that he was unranked, right, for the last summer of age. And that became a real piece of his identity. He actually keeps screenshots still of all of the different rankings that didn't have him on it, and he uses that as motivation. He says he certainly comes into the league with a chip on his shoulder, and he wants to play with that type of fuel every single night.
It's incredible. He is one of my favorite players to watch. I mean, a 6'7" point forward. He's extremely unselfish. Looks to find his teammates. He's a connector. He's fun. He has incredible energy.
Black, he played high school football, and then got offered from Arkansas. Arkansas loves him, with his athletic. Texas, I believe that it was on there, but he obviously made the right pick. Obviously, being the 6th pick by the Orlando Magic. So congrats to Anthony Black from Arkansas.
In the NBA, young force in the NBA, Franz Wagner, we mentioned that, Jalen Suggs,
His hat doesn't fit him with his hair.
The one thing is, the Orlando Magic are an awful shooting team, and Markelle Fultz.
Hopefully he'll help the Orlando Magic with their shooting, obviously, with 6'7", 210.
They're going to look for that with the 11th pick later on in the draft. And with Anthony Black, you don't get the shooting piece right now, but you get an exciting playmaker that's got size, the ability to see.
Maybe he might help them, maybe or not, but he will make plays for the Orlando Magic, that is for sure.
Plays very well in transition. He's an excellent defender, and he takes pride on the defensive end.
But Orlando Magic believe that he was the best player on the board, and then we'll see if that is true.
Very versatile on the defensive end, averages over 2 steals per game.
He's also with Armando.
Anthony, your hat fits over your beautiful full hair. What are you thinking in this moment?
I'm just super excited. I'm here sharing the moment with my mom and my brother. So I'm super happy we're all here sharing the moment, and I'm super excited. Yeah.
Your mom Jennifer, your brother Beckham. Mom, you watched the amount of time that your son has poured into his craft to get to this moment. As you send him off to start his professional journey, what are the Orlando Magic getting in him?
They're getting a great human, a leader, phenomenal basketball player, a winner. Someone who's going to make everyone around him better, someone who's going to make the culture of the team great. They're getting the full package.
You have been praised, Anthony, as one of the most versatile two-way players in this draft. Tell me about the pride you take in that sort of label.
I just like to have fun on defense and do stuff that wins games. So, I like to compete on both ends and just give it all I got out there.
Beckham, what do you think of this moment for your big brother?
It's crazy because I remember in 8th grade, nobody said he was going to be nothing, and now he's a pro, so it's just crazy.
Do you remember that, Anthony?
What was it?
8th grade. Nobody said you were going to be anything.
Oh, for sure. I've been hearing that my whole life, so it's good to overcome.
How much did the naysayers motivate you?
A lot. I use that as fuel, and that's just part of how I play with passion and the chip on my shoulder. That's kind of where it comes from.
Well, now you've got an organization in the Orlando Magic that have given you their vote of confidence. Congratulations, Anthony.
Thank you.
Well, the Pacers pick is in, and Anthony Black, he's obviously proved everyone wrong from 8th grade. Played football, basketball in high school, chose basketball. Right choice, being the 6th pick in the NBA draft. So is Cam from Villanova going to be picked by the Pacers? Let's see.
With the 7th pick in the 2023 NBA draft, the Indiana Pacers select Bilal Coulibaly from Courbevoie, France.
Okay, so they pass on him, but they do get Bilal Coulibaly from France. Oh, he has a connection with Wimbiana.
And he actually held his own combine in Paris because he wasn't able to get to Chicago with the Mets still in the midst of their season. I want to check in with our front office insider, Bobby Marks, for more on Coulibaly because, Bobby, you are our international player expert.
So I guess like he can go to his combine, but I mean, did he really need it? Because he's obviously he made his own combine, but did he really need it because he was the 7th pick in the 2023 NBA draft? He was a teammate of Victor Wembanyama, the first overall pick by the Spurs.
Shot is not broken at 72% from the free throw line right now. He is coming over. He's got a small buyout. He will be in an Indiana Pacers uniform when training camp starts, and certainly when summer league starts in Las Vegas.
Bobby, thank you. He scored 37 points in the under-21 league before permanently joining the senior team. And you can see him walking across the stage, shaking hands with NBA Commissioner Adam Silver.
Well, the Pacers, they do get a playmaker.
What a moment for all of you young men. Coulibaly being selected 7th to Indiana. And of course, Victor Wembanyama, he had to hype his teammate a little bit already on Twitter saying by now everyone knows he deserves to be a top 10 pick, but not enough realize he deserves to be top
So
5.
Cam Whitner, is he going to be picked by the Washington Wizards? The Wizard.
Family, congratulations, Bilal.
Thanks.
Just 2 years ago, you were barely 6 feet tall, and now here you are. What have the last 2 years been like to get you to this moment?
Man, everything happened so fast. Just playing with the younger team beginning of the year, and now being there is, man, such a blessing. Yeah.
You're with your parents, Micah and Wando. Micah, just the work that your son has put in to dominate. How proud are you of him?
I'm just proud of him. I'm just happy for him because he worked a lot. And we are very, 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 very proud of him.
Bilal, there's been so much excitement about French basketball players, international basketball players as well, but in France in particular. What's happening over there?
We're coming. I guess. We're playing good, got some great coaches and everything, so yeah, we're coming.
When you think about your opportunity now in the NBA, what is going to be the key to make sure that your game continues to progress so that you can be an impact player?
I say the work, just work every day, being in the gym, just working on my game. So yeah, I think we're great like that. Yeah, working.
Bilal, Micah, and Wando, congratulations.
Thank you.
Monica, thank you so very much.
So the pick is in for the Wizard, but this year's NBA draft 2023 has shown that France, they are pretty good at basketball players. So people in the U.S. like me are going to be thinking about people basketball from France pretty differently after this. But whoever, if it's Cam Whitner or Taylor Hendricks from UCF, whoever it is, they're going to get a young player. And that's what the Wizards are trying to do, get a young team with trading, getting Jordan Poole, which we'll see if he's on his own, not being the best team, not being with one of the best teams with the Warriors. So we'll see if Poole and whoever the Wizards pick, if they can combine, and I think they will be able to do that. So in the years to come, watch out for the Washington Wizards, though.
About 1 month ago, Ted Leonsis, the owner of the Washington Wizards, told me upon hiring Michael Winger as his new president, that if he wanted to tear down the roster, he had the green light to do so. And now a month later, just today, Winger completed the deal for Bradley Beal with the Phoenix Suns, 6 second-round picks, 4 pick swaps in that deal that, of course, moving on Chris Paul to the Golden State Warriors for 24-year-old Jordan Poole, 2030 first-round pick, a 2027 second-round pick. So Michael Winger reshaping this Wizards roster, including a move up here on the board to take Victor Wembanyama's French teammate Koulibaly.
Woj, thank you so much. I do want to get to talk JJ just a little bit on this trade that sends Chris Paul to the Golden State Warriors. But first, let's head back to the podium because Washington's pick is in. Of course, we know that it's headed to the Indiana Pacers. Here it is.
All right.
With the 8th pick in the 2023 NBA Draft, the Washington Wizards select Jarris Walker from the University of Houston.
Jaron Walker from Houston. That Jordan Poole, let's see if him and Poole can help him. And after this new development Washington Wizards team.
All of his stats, he's a winner. They all win up in the NCAA.
Jaron Walker.
His coach, Jonathan Thompson, he told me it's meant so much for him. He played for him all the time. But the story that stands out to me the most today about Jaron
Cam Thomas, but he is falling. He is falling from Villanova.
In high school. The one game he didn't start was his senior year, and he didn't start because it was senior night, and he wanted to give that opportunity to another senior. So he decided to come off of the bench to let his teammate have his moment, and I just think that says so much about who this young man is.
And that's a great point. Not only that, while at the University of Houston, he gave his NIL money to walk-on players.
Yeah.
You know, he's a we first guy, not a the first guy. You know, played for Kelvin Sampson, a very powerful forward that's got a really high skill level, and he can impact the rim at both ends. He can block shots. He's a good defender. He's got 7'2" wingspan, but he gets deflections and steals, and he plays really, really hard. You know, the big guy, he's more of a catch-and-shoot guy rather than creator. There's Kelvin Sampson there as college coach. He operated really effectively on the baseline. What's interesting about his numbers in his freshman year, his numbers are almost identical to Draymond Green when he was at Michigan State, except for the passing. Green was a better passer, certainly, than Jarris Walker, but he's got a ton of ability. And the power that he plays with is really impressive. He's an athletic big guy that can step away and knock down shots.
He's the first top 10 pick out of Houston since Hakeem Olajuwon went number 1 overall in 1984.
Well, you all are talking about how he makes winning plays off of the court with his NIL money and his unselfishness. He makes winning plays on the court. I'm talking hustle plays, diving out of bounds and saving the ball to his teammates, sprinting down the floor in transition. He's a competitor. He is a winner. He plays with so much passion, so much spark. He can drive right past bigger defenders, and he can overpower smaller defenders. I don't hate an Aaron Gordon comparison either in terms of versatility and what he can bring to the team.
And right now, Jarris Walker is standing by with our Monica McNutt.
Jarris, I got a little history I want to give you on your special night. Ready? The first top 10 pick out of Houston since Hakeem Olajuwon.
For real.
What does that mean to you?
I mean, it means a ton. I mean, I'm just blessed and fortunate to be in the situation, just being able to hoop at such a high level and just accomplish such an amazing goal tomorrow.
Now, we're supposed to be flanked by family, but we can only have 2 extra folks up here. But you have 3 older sisters who were also athletes that are very important to you. How have you been able to follow in their footsteps and see what it means to be great at a sport?
Yeah, for sure. I would say just their guidance and wisdom just throughout the journey. Just always guiding me, making sure I'm locked in, making the right decisions on and off the floor. So really just their all-around charisma, just love for me, just really helped me out.
Now, you're wearing a Wizards hat, but obviously you're headed to the Indiana Pacers. In fact, but when you talk to basketball, your versatility, your athleticism, these are all things that have been praised. How will you make sure that those translate to the next level?
For sure. I think it really just starts with effort, just playing hard and then letting my game really take care of itself. Because I feel like I'm a high-level player. I make good decisions. Good offensive player, definitely a two-way player for sure. So just being able to play hard and contribute right away.
I gotta say, Jarris, the suit looks good, but your curls look amazing. Congratulations.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
So for the
Thank you so very much.
The pick is in for the Utah and but so originally they can only have 2 people on the couch because obviously the player they can have 3 people. So he has 3 older sisters, so it's only him. It's only him but his 3 sisters, both athletes. So he's used to obviously training hard with his 3 sisters who are athletes and a good player that the Indiana Pacers pick. And so hopefully Utah will get their pick pretty soon.
That's amazing. We are so proud.
My name is Scoot Henderson, and this is my first connection story. Move, what up?
What's up, twin?
I'm on the way. Yo, remember when we was younger? They used big problems on the court. But nowadays, it's all phone calls, FaceTime, texting them.
The family be blowing up the group chat.
Pulling up now, though. Lace up. Ready?
Yeah. I cannot believe you watched my state championship game on your tablet right before you played.
You know I ain't missing that for the world. Let's come stay connected, no matter what.
Of course you will. Now check phone.
How can you tell which one's the better deal?
Bringing Dad from Sarasota?
Dads are great, but let's say, show me the Carfax value. You get the most accurate price based on the vehicle's accident history. Shop at the all-new Carfax.com.
Okay.
All the taste, no bitter endings. Crisp and refreshing, and silver.
The NBA app? Oh, you know what's happening. Getting caught up on every move in real time? It's happening. Getting a breakdown on what's happening now and next. Yup, that's happening. Amazing original content. Behind the scenes, behind the backs, pregame fits, and all the action in between, all personalized just for you. It's all happening in the NBA app.
You want to smell like coconut and vanilla, eucalyptus
So
and mint?
pick your number 1 overall pick for 15 to build a starting 5. So I'm going to do for 3, I'll do Kyrie Irving. For $3, I'll take LeBron for 5. Bring that connection back for $8. And then I'm going to have Patrick Evan. Then I'll have then I'll have Kat, and then Yahoo Ming. So I got Kyrie, LeBron, Patrick Evan, Kat, and Yahoo Ming.
Save time and money with Progressive's Home Quote Explorer. What you do afterwards is up to you.
Oh, I was actually just thinking about taking a nap. Wait. Okay.
NBA Draft 2023 is presented by State Farm. The State Farm Personal Price Plan helps you create an affordable price just for you.
Welcome back to the 2023 NBA Draft presented by State Farm. Some cute photos of our draftees thus far as the Utah Jazz.
All right, let's see who the Utah Jazz pick.
With the 9th pick in the 2023 NBA Draft, the Utah Jazz select Taylor Hendricks from UCF.
Taylor Hendricks from UCF. So Cam from Villanova is still on the board, but Taylor Hendricks, they do get a good job. They do get a good player from Utah for the Utah Jazz.
Florida State ultimately blazed his own path, choosing USC and becoming UCF rather, and becoming the first pick out of the program. And when the pick was called, JJ, you said, yes, I love this guy. Why is that?
Well, let's start with his defense. He's a multi-positional defender. He led the conference in blocks while simultaneously shooting over 39% for 3 on almost 5 attempts a game. This guy's floor
is the prototypical modern 3-and-D guy. His upside is if he becomes better on the ball, but when you talk about the defensive component, the rebounding, the rim protection, plus the catch and shoot ability, he's a phenomenal pick at this spot for the Utah Jazz.
Not to mention his ability to stretch the floor here, Jay.
That's really the key, and that's what JJ means by the prototypical 3-and-D big guy. He's a stretch four. He's primarily a catch-and-shoot guy rather than dribbling into his shot, but his ability to rebound, he plays with a high motor. He really plays hard, and he's got some versatility on the defensive end. He can switch out. He sees the ball well. He's been very well coached. He played for Johnny Dawkins at UCF, who was the number 10 pick of the San Antonio Spurs in 1986, and maybe the most important player in Duke basketball history. But I think he's a terrific player. JJ's point, like his floor is set, and it's just a question of how high his ceiling is. But you combine him with Walker Kessler and protecting the rim as a four, that's pretty impressive.
I know 3-and-D is a thing. I'm going to add a T at the end because he scored just under 1.5 points in transition. The T is for transition. 3, D, and T. We're just going to create a new phrase because he was at the top of Division I in scoring in transition. He sprints down the floor. He dunks the ball. What do you want?
I don't want anything.
You don't like 3D and T?
No, I just all the acronyms. I'm getting confused. That's all.
You went to Duke and you're getting confused. Well, here is Taylor and Tyler Hendricks, his brother, and Taylor Hendricks is with our Monica McNutt. You need some ice stuff for him, JJ?
You do look great, Taylor. You're joined by your mom, Danielle, and your twin brother, Tyler. UCF, you become one of the first to be drafted out of that program. Just let folks know a little bit about your journey to get to this moment, Taylor.
It took a lot of hard work, my mom making sacrifices for me and my brother, and then, just putting God first throughout my whole journey is just something that was really important through it.
Danielle, while this is a beautiful moment and you guys are celebrating tonight, I'm sure it wasn't easy making those sacrifices, but did you see this for your son?
Absolutely. Since they were 5 years old. I've seen this. Hard work. He works really hard. He always put God first. I knew this day was coming.
Tyler, I would argue that this probably isn't possible without you and him going back and forth in one-on-one in epic games. What are you most proud of as your brother celebrates tonight?
I'm just proud of all the work he's put in. He's such a hard worker. We've been doing this since we were little, so I'm just proud of him. He finally made it.
Taylor, as I was preparing, 6'9.5" and a 7'1" wingspan. That is something that obviously the Utah Jazz are really excited about. When you watch the NBA and you think about your game, what parts of your game translate the best?
I feel like first and foremost my effort. The effort I give on the offensive end and defensive end, my shooting ability, my ability to block shots and just guard their positions, and just the ability to fit in with a lot of different lineups is, something that I would love to bring to the Jazz.
Twin brother Tyler, mom Danielle, Taylor, congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you.
Monica, thank you. Now the Dallas Mavericks.
So the pick is in for the Mavericks. Whoever picks them, that'll help Luka for Luka to stay in 2 years or 1 year, and then Kyrie to stay. Hopefully Kyrie will help them. And for the Jazz, they're gonna get a great player for them. So congrats to the Utah Jazz.
$22 million left, guaranteed on Bergman's contract. They've been looking to package that to create some salary cap space in Dallas. They do so. The Thunder are up now.
Well, of course, when we're talking about the Dallas Mavericks, all eyes, they are on Kyrie Irving, who is a free agent this summer. What more can you tell us on that front?
Malika, listen, for this organization in Dallas, re-signing Kyrie Irving is certainly paramount. They gave up significant assets for him a year after they lost Jalen Brunson for nothing to New York in free agency. I think ultimately for this Mavericks organization, they have a player in Irving that they want to pair with Luka Doncic in a lean marketplace for Kyrie Irving to go find salary cap space, to really put a lot of fear into this Mavericks organization. But certainly that is their off-season priority, getting a long-term deal done. with Kyrie Irving.
Woj, thank you. The Dallas Mavericks pick is in. Of course, as Woj just reported, this pick is on its way to Oklahoma City. Let's see who that is and check in once again with NBA Commissioner Adam Silver.
All right, who are the Mavericks taking?
I have a trade to announce. As part of a deal to be finalized later, the Indiana Pacers are trading to the Washington Wizards the draft rights to Bilal Coulibaly, the 7th pick.
So trade the Wizards and Pacers. The Wizards receive the 7th pick tonight, and then so who are the Mavericks taking?
The 2023 NBA draft. The Dallas Mavericks select Casey Wallace from the University of Kentucky.
Cason Wallace from Kentucky.
For 16 straight years, John Calipari has had a first-round pick now with Cason Wallace, freshman guard out of Kentucky.
Cam Thomas from Villanova still on the board.
The Dallas Mavericks. He says he wants to model his game after Jimmy Butler, and to that point, he was quoted saying this: "You can't teach God. It just has to be in you." And if that doesn't say Jimmy Butler, JJ, I don't know what does.
Harry, you're absolutely right. And I think it's really interesting when you look at the history of Kentucky guards under John Calipari. None of them have really produced at an elite level in college, but then you look at them in the NBA. Jamal Murray, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, Tyler Hero, Devin Booker, to name a few. I'm not willing to bet against any Kentucky guard coming out. The Harrison twins are the only two that I can think of, although they both had solid NBA careers, that didn't just pop once they got to the NBA.
Well, he did become the red freshman in 2020, 80% shooting in the NCAA tournament, going along with Shai Gilgeous-Alexander and Eric Bledsoe.
I think he's the safest pick in the lottery because you know exactly what you're getting. He's a complete guard. And Cason Wallace has length. He's only 6'3", but he's got a 6'8" wingspan. I think he's the best on-ball perimeter defender in the draft. He gets 2 steals a game. He's a good finisher at the rim, an excellent passer. But as a defender, he's very high IQ. He's good off the ball. He is excellent on the ball. He can play the point. He can play off guard. He's a good shooter, a good open shooter in the mid-range. He can knock it down from 3. He's just got a very steady game. And when he took over at point guard for Xavier Wheeler, and he did it actually in that game against Tennessee, he was spectacular. I think he's a big-time player. Now, is he the type of guy that's going to go out and give you 40 in a game? Is he spectacular in any one area of the game? I wouldn't say so. He's just really good in every aspect of the game. He's a winner and he's a leader. I really love this pick.
You said it, Jay. His defensive energy, he's elite. Had 5 steals against Kansas. I was heartbreaking when he didn't go to Tennessee. I'm excited to watch him in the league. And now he's standing by with our Monica McDonald.
K-Back, congratulations. I think we got to open this jacket, though, because we saw hold the mic so we can hear. Tell us what's going on.
All right, so on the inside, I got my brother, me and my brother, mom, dad, me. HBT, that's the neighborhood that I grew up in Dallas, Hamilton Park, Texas. And it just, a lot going on, a lot of emotions right now.
What's the biggest one? A dream has been realized. What's the biggest emotion you're feeling?
I'm just grateful that I'm here. I'm thankful. I thank God that I'm in this position here today, and there's still more to be done.
Keaton, you guys have a 5-year age gap.
Yeah, we do.
So you watched your brother grind. I'm sure you guys have epic battles in the driveway or in the park. What do you think of his basketball journey when you see it culminate tonight?
Man, he's came a long way, and just to be there from the beginning, we had long nights. I'm talking about late 1, 2 o'clock in the morning. Neighbors complaining about us dribbling the ball. We going hard at each other late at night. So, just to see it, progress from elementary to middle school to high school to college and now to the pros, it's great.
Kansas to Las Vegas, Atlanta to Arkansas. These prospects, they span the globe, and the fans, they have lined up outside to welcome them. The future is here for 58 young men. Their lives, they are about to change.
My inner circle. They really opened my eyes.
Oh my gosh, come on. The TV, it's not working. It starts over. Well, this is really pissing me off.
Obviously will scare me. The expectations I have are really, really high. Most of the time, it's higher than those, and you know, I know my purpose. I know myself really, really well. I think I'm in a village, so, and this is what pushes me and pushes me to stay focused on my path, on my own path, my own story, and yeah, I feel like my.
Into his career is his professionalism. Because I watched Juwan Howard work in the offseason, and Juwan, having played 21 seasons in the NBA, was one of the ultimate professionals, and Jet has witnessed that firsthand.
His offensive footwork, Andrea, it's incredible. I mean, he gets defenders leaning, and he has ridiculous shooting range. I mean, that is low-go threes. He'll be able to knock down shots at the next level, which, like we talked about, is extremely important for Orlando. And then if you run out on him to defend him from the three-point line, that's when that footwork and attacking the basket and creatively scoring comes into play. Basketball, it runs in this family, JJ.
And it does. And I mean, how cool is this as a father to play in the NBA, get to coach your kid at Michigan, and then watch your son get drafted in the lottery of the NBA draft?
I mean, indescribable. And now the entire family is sitting down with Harmonica McNutt.
Jack, congratulations.
Thank you so much.
What's going through your mind?
Just excitement.
So Jet Howard get drafted. Can I?
That me and that really helped me out.
Oh, this TV sucks. Oh my freaking god.
It's been in mind since I can remember. It feels surreal, honestly.
Now, I've had the chance to ask your draft classmates about their preparation, but your preparation is unique. It was with your dad at Michigan. It was watching your dad, a career and terrific growth in this league. What do you think has prepared you the most, whether it's the time on the court or just watching him as a man and as an athlete?
I'll probably say the time on the court we spent together from an early age. We've been working out individually with my brother as well, and just teaching me how to shoot, teaching me all the tricks off the court, on the court, telling me to just be consistent with my work and it paid off for me. And I'm trying not to cry, but that's my dog right there, and I love him for it.
Juwan, being an NBA professional is one of the things that you only know when you begin and you know the journey for yourself. What's your best advice for your son as he embarks on this chapter?
Well, first I want to say just keep God first. Continue to put in the work. Be humble with the process, and be a sponge and listen, because listening is a skill. And if you sit there and just listen to the coaches, which he was, and he's that type of person that responds and he loves the game with the right coaching, which he has right now, with a great opportunity to play for Orlando Magic, to learn from a great staff, he's going to be a special player.
Janine, how special is this moment? You walk alongside your husband in his journey, now your son begins his own.
It's a dream come true. When you have a child, you just want to see them happy, and you want to see them be able to fulfill their dreams, whatever that may be. So the fact that I know his heart is so happy, that's all I could ask for. College was the goal. Every mom wants their child to go to college and to pursue their dreams, but this is like icing on the cake. I'm so proud of you, Jeff. I'm so proud of you.
Well, family, congratulations. Jack, congratulations.
Thank you so much. Appreciate it.
Monica, thank you, and congratulations to the entire Howard family. Coming up after the break, Victor Wembanyama. He will be joining us live on set. That's coming up.
So Victor Wembanyama will be on set.
Experience the 6 episode game-changing slide. You don't know who you can trust. It's an absolute masterclass. Riveting and intense drama. At its best. You got to figure out which side you're on. Fury in Marvel Studios Synchronization, now streaming only on Disney Plus.
From big cities to small towns and on main streets across the U.S., you'll find PNC Bank, helping businesses both large and small, communities, and the people who live and work there grow and thrive. We're proud to call these places home too. They're where we put down roots, and where together we work to help move everyone's financial goals forward.
Giannis, someone said that Giannis Antetokounmpo is happy that he doesn't have to deal with Marcus Smart flopping anymore.
The new Google Pixel is really great, and it comes with 18 best deals on all of them.
This one looks nice.
That's a house favorite, and it's served with your choice of plans. Thank you.
There's got to be a catch.
No catch, and no trade-in required either.
Oh. How do you know all this?
I come here a lot.
With your choice of
Does anything work for technology? Oh my gosh. I love this TV.
This is Dorothy. Toto, we're not yet. Katie, still underdressed.
Yeah.
The pick is in for Oklahoma City as a reminder.
Who is Oklahoma taking?
Dallas is our Adrian Wojnarowski just reported. Here's Commissioner Adams.
With the 12th pick in the 2023 NBA Draft, the Oklahoma City Thunder select Derek Lively II from Duke University.
Derek Lively from Duke. I'll be back.
Derek Lively from Duke, age to block most of the season by a Duke freshman since block became official in 85-86. But Lively's story, it's really just remarkable. He's sharing this moment you can see there with his mother, Kathy, who played basketball at Penn State, and it's the reason that he plays. He calls her a superhero, and Kathy had a 10-year battle with cancer and thankfully went into remission in July of 2022. And he told me that his proudest moment, it was using his NIL money to buy Kathy a house near Penn State where she works now. His father passed away when he was young, and he told me that certainly as Adam Silver just called his name, their shared name, the one he shares with his father, he will be on his mind. He's just an incredibly special player. Bob Marks, I know you were able to have a conversation with him.
I was able to sit down with him, and I've interviewed a lot of draft prospects in my tenure, and there's only been two. Jimmy Butler in 2011 and Derek Lively II, where it brought out my emotions, where I had to leave the room here. And certainly an incredible story. It means something to everyone, this draft. It means something extra special to Derek Lively II.
A tremendous young man. He also used a portion of that NIL money to buy his father a tombstone, something that he was not able to have up until this past year. Derek Lively II, incredible as a person, incredible on the floor, and I know you'll like this, JJ. In the Duke-UNC rivalry, right? He made his own little mark on that. He had 8 blocks against the Tar Heels back in February.
Yeah, I love this pick for the Dallas Mavericks. They have really lacked interior defense and an interior presence offensively. And if you can imagine him in pick and rolls with Luka Doncic, potentially with Kyrie Irving as well. And let's also acknowledge Asafi move, because this pick fit at 10, but they moved back in the draft at 12, create the trade exception, and create a little bit of cap space. Asafi move from the Dallas front office.
And now Derek Lively is standing by with our very own Monica McNutt. Let's check in with the two of them now.
Derek, what you just said to me before the cameras got here, I want you to say it and give the same expression.
I'm a pro. It's crazy. I'm just so happy to be here. It's a dream just getting started. I'm so excited.
Now, you guys' story has been well documented. You navigated loss, you navigated health challenges, but you're here. And what I love about you both, Kathy, is that you have such a championship energy about you. You made it. How are you feeling as you watch your son realize his dream?
I'm so emotional. I don't know what I should do right now. I'm so proud of everything that he's been through, and to persevere through everything and work hard and know what he wants to do. I mean, I'm honored to be his mother and just so proud of everything that he's been through. It's amazing.
Derek, congratulations. It's such a tremendous night. You look fantastic.
Really appreciate that. Thank you.
Thank you very much. This is him sharing a moment with his mother, Kathy. Again, the person that he describes as his superhero. Jay, just really quick, your thoughts on Derek Lively.
Well, he's been through a lot as a player. He's the #1 high school player coming out of high school, and he got off to a slow start because of injury. And he was really heavily criticized. There were a lot of people saying, wait a minute, this is the #1 high school player? But he persevered through it. And toward the end of the season, you saw him as a big-time shot blocker, rim runner, rim protector, and excellent in pick and rolls. He shoots 85% as the pick and roll roller. And so to JJ's point, you put him with Luka Doncic. I think the floor for him, defensively is set. And I think a lot about DeAndre Jordan when he came out of Texas A&M. We're saying, well, where's his offense? Well, he's still in the league. And look at the career he's had. And I think Derek Lively II's offense can come. Like he's got a nice touch. I think that's going to come in time. But the defense, the rebounding, running the floor, all that, he's got that already.
And he had a terrific pro day. I mean, knocked down multiple threes, showed that he could score the basketball. When his mom just talked about his work ethic, we covered Duke this season, and we were told that Derek Lively would work in the mornings. Before practice, he'd work. After practice, he'd work. He would bang on the inside with a 7-foot teammate, and then his breaks were to go out on the perimeter and guard a 5'8" teammate out on the three-point line and shift his feet. So he has shown that he can put the work in to become the player that he wants to be and translate to the next level.
There's been a lot of viral videos throughout this pre-draft process of him knocking down multiple three-point shots. And I recognize that it was no defense. But in a best-case scenario, I could envision Derek Lively being like Brook Lopez, someone who came into the league that wasn't a three-point shooter, but could score on the interior, protect the rim, and then develop that spacing ability later on in his career.
Derek Lively, the second, of course, on his way to Dallas, and now the Toronto Raptors are on the clock. So let's just take a little look at where Toronto is at. Of course, Nick Nurse is out. Darko Rajakovic is in. They missed the playoffs for the second time in preseason. They lost play-in to the Bulls. And then, as I mentioned, the changing of the guards in terms of coaches. Of course, Nick Nurse won the 2019 finals with them. And then Fred VanVleet is an unrestricted free agent, and our Adrian Wojnarowski is reported. So, JJ, what do you see as the direction of this franchise now?
Well, they have some decisions to make about whether or not they're going to trade Pascal Siakam, whether or not they're going to bring back Fred VanVleet. But look, whether they do that or not, they need shooting. This is a team that was 28th in three-point percentage, 28th in three-pointers made. There are multiple great shooters still on the board available with this pick.
Yeah, their half-court offense struggled last year. We'll see if they're going to get a little bit of help with that. Here, the pick is in the 10th podium, NBA Commissioner Adam Silver.
All right, who is Toronto taking?
With the 13th pick in the 2023 NBA draft, the Toronto Raptors select Grady Dick.
Grady Dick from Kansas.
In the green room tonight, Grady Dick from Kansas is on his way.
Feel bad for his last name.
The suit is as electric as his three-point shooting. The two go hand in hand. I don't know. It feels like
Great shooter, three-point shooter for the Toronto Raptors.
one thing, Andrea, that I do love about Grady Dick, I had a chance to speak with him, and him and his father, Bart, they've written down goals every year. They physically write them on a list since his freshman year of high school. And every year, one of the goals has been to be one and done. And so he told me that tonight he actually has that list. He's going to head back to his hotel room, find a quiet moment with his dad, and check that one final goal off of the list before setting up what he looks forward to with the Toronto Raptors. As you mentioned it, I mean, arguably he is the best shooter. And the thing is, and I know we're going to get into his highlights, but he has an incredibly high basketball IQ. Jay, you were on the call when Duke played Kansas, and there were two plays in that game, and this was early. This was in November, and I'm watching it, and I'm like, wow, Grady Dick has an incredibly high basketball IQ. He takes the cut on the inside to get open for a three, and then he gets a backcourt cut for an alley-oop layup. Those were game-changing plays that they ended up getting the win from his basketball IQ. He's more than a shooter, but his
6'7", 204.
To imagine a quiet moment with that suit on as loud as it can get. But he is a great shooter. Shot over 40% from three. He gets it off quickly, and when he catches it, he doesn't dip it down. He just catches it, and it's immediately up. He catches two situations. He can shoot off the dribble. And to Andrea's point, he's a very good cutter. He makes good reads. He does, and he rebounds. He's got actually a similar statistical profile in college to what Tyler
New Orleans is on the clock.
at Kentucky. The one thing, though, he's not a defender yet. He struggles in pick and roll defense when he's the primary defender. He gave up 51% as a pick and roll defender, and he needs strength. But as a shooter, he's as good a shooter as there is in the draft.
Grady Dick and his suit are standing by with our Monica McDonough.
All right, Grady, I can't do this interview without asking about the suit. Tell me what went into this decision, and you just so happen to be wearing the colors of your now organization.
I guess I knew it, but Dolce and Christian made it come alive. It's kind of song from Kansas.
Cam Whitmore.
You know, Dorothy's got her little red slippers, so we made that kind of come into the jacket.
Oh, it is an ode to Kansas. All right, your mom, Bart, and Carmen join us now. Now listen, Kansas has produced plenty of pros. How are you feeling about your preparation to now join the Toronto Raptors organization?
You know, it's a dream come true, and yes, of course, being at Kansas was a dream come true for me too. I've grown up there, and I think the best thing about it is just all the players, like you said, that go through there, and they do come back too with alumni stuff, and the advice they already give me, and with Coach Self, Hall of Fame coach, and it's just perfect place for me to be at and get me prepared for it.
Your parents, Bart and Carmen, you guys are elite athletes in your own right. As your son begins this adventure, what can you say about his work ethic to get here?
He has worked so hard and deserves this.
he's worked every day to get to this point. Well, Grady, congratulations. Brian Carmen, congratulations as well. Thank you.
Well, I guess Grady Dick knew that he was going to be a Toronto Raptor with his suit, but the New Orleans Pelicans are on the clock with 2 minutes and 15 seconds. So hopefully, whoever this pick is, this will help New Orleans fans. They deserve a great pick because with all the Zion Williams drama that they have been doing for the past 2 years. So hoping you guys get a good pick, New Orleans. New Orleans, a great city.
They were offered Zion Williamson and any trade talks here in recent weeks. New Orleans did try to package this number 14 pick and some other future assets to move up in the draft. They were unable to do so, but Zion Williamson has been in the Pelicans practice facility more this offseason than in recent years. He only played 29 games last season. Dominant when he was on the floor. But this is an organization that so far remains committed around Zion Williamson and Brandon Ingram.
Well, thank you so much, Zion. Of course, had signed that 5-year with a max extension in July. I think what do you see as the direction of Spencer needs to go for things to add?
Well, they need Zion Williamson to be on the basketball court because when he has been healthy, he's been a generational talent. And
Got a minute left, New Orleans.
Early on, their first 2 drafts, not great returns. You see the graphic here, how much of an impact he has, not just on scoring and the basketball piece, but on winning. But on those first 2 drafts, not great early returns out of Zion Williamson. But outside of Zion Williamson, but the Pelicans front office, Swin Cash, Trajan Langdon have done a great job over the last 2 drafts. Yeah. Herb Jones, Trey Burke.
All right, the pick is in for the Pelicans.
And they have a chance to add to that exciting young core with this pick.
Well, CJ McCollum, Brandon Ingram, Zion Williamson, they're going to play, 10 games together. So when you only have that you need a little bit more time, a little bit more of a sample size before you jump ship in order to actually evaluate what it is this franchise has done, right? Yeah, exactly. I mean, the Pelicans were last in the league as far as points that were at the rim, right? They gave up a ton of points at the rim. Zion's going to help with that. Where else they hurt and where else they struggled this year was 3-point shooting. So I think if they're committed to keeping Zion and sticking with him and having him be healthy for them, they can go for a shooter. Jay, I've been seeing your best available cycle through the bottom of our screen. So just fitting with the core that you want to have.
Well, if they need shooting, Jordan Hawkins is one of the best shooters left from UConn. I'm a little bit surprised that Cam Whitmore of Villanova is still on the board.
Yep, Cam Whitmore from Villanova. I don't know how he's still on the board.
We're going to check in with Woj a little bit later on that point. But just following up here, you were a little bit surprised that Cam Whitmore was also still on the board.
Yeah, and I had heard going into this week that if there was a guy that was a top 5 talent, they could potentially drop it. It was going to be him, and I don't know the circumstances.
So they predicted that Whitmore, if there was a guy that would be dropping, that he has been dropping, he was like on, I think it was like 5, 6, 7 picks that he was considered like the number 1 talent. So we'll see if the Pelicans could take him. All right, will it be Cam? A trade.
As part of a deal to be finalized later, the Dallas Mavericks are trading to the Oklahoma City.
So the Mavericks and Thunders. Mavericks receive the 12th pick tonight. Thunders receive the 10th pick tonight. And David Brenton, 22 guaranteed remaining on contract.
With the 14th pick in the 2023 NBA draft, the New Orleans Pelicans select Jordan Hawkins.
Jordan Hawkins is going to New Orleans from UConn. It is not him, the number 1 guy considered yet.
He's described his parents as the hardest working people I know, and that everything I do is to make them proud. A moment with David Ty Sullivan of CAA. He has 4 siblings that are also here. He shot 50% from the floor, 21 of 42 from 3 in his 6-game run to the championship with UConn. A winning player, a big-time player. He improved his points per game by just over 10 since 2 seasons ago. That's a huge jump, the largest actually by UConn's player over the last 25 years. Of course, Michael's cousin, fellow national champion at LSU, Angel Reese, but Andrea.
Oh, Hawkins is cousins of Angel Reese. She made a name for herself.
Shooting, obviously, this season, 109 threes, second most in UConn history, trailing only Ray Allen, right? So the shooting ability is there. He can shoot threes. He is laser sharp from beyond the arc. He shoots threes off of screens. He can shoot threes off of the dribble. And he made 55 contested threes. So it's not just like he's shooting wide open threes. He works. He cuts hard. He moves well without the ball. And he elevates on his jump shot. He is bouncy. He is quick. He makes defenders pay when they over-rotate on him and when they give long closeouts. The shooting ability is by far my favorite. But when you mention player comparisons, I see a lot of Richard Hamilton in his game in terms of the catch-and-shoot ability, cutting without the ball, catch-and-shoot from the mid-range. You see, that's a cut. Just curling around that screen, the basketball IQ to do so. I see a lot of Ray Allen, obviously, with the three-point shooter. You can't say enough about the three-point shooter that Ray Allen has been and was in the league. So much fun to watch. I remember watching him countless times. But the one comparison that I feel like people haven't attributed to Jordan Hawkins is Jeremy Lamb. There is a piece of Jeremy Lamb in Jordan Hawkins' game in the way that he can get to the rim and finish with extremely soft touch as well. He's going to bring a lot to this league. To your point about three-point shooting, he made 109 three-pointers last season, the second most in the season in UConn history. Jay, what do you see in him?
He does such a great job of moving without the ball, and his shot preparation is impeccable. You know, he doesn't catch the ball ready to shoot. He catches it to shoot it. And you know, he's not a great defender, but sometimes I think back when I hear that like Kyle Korver. That was the knock on Kyle Korver when he came to the league. Who's he going to guard? And he played, how many years did he play? 15 years in the league? When you can shoot it like Jordan Hawkins can shoot it, he's going to have a very successful NBA career. And so few of his shots are rated as low quality. He takes good shots because he prepares for them with his movement and his footwork.
Certainly an emotional moment as he hears Commissioner Adam Silver calling his name and starts his journey into the NBA. And now he's with Monica McNutt.
Jordan, you just saw the immediate footage when your name was called, the emotions, the tears. What is behind that?
A lot of hard work. I mean, these two sacrificed everything for me. And just for them to see me get my name called, it's a true blessing. So I don't know how to feel.
You won a national championship in April. We're now June, so 2.5 months or so. Has this been the best basketball stretch of your life?
This has been by far the best year of my life. I'm about to play in the NBA. I mean, that's crazy. Like, not many people get to say that. So, man, I'm blessed. I'm blessed.
Mom, Jasmine, Dad, Craig, I know in you all's household, y'all say push harder. There's not a lot of room for excuse making. Your son has really just started the next chapter. How will push harder apply to him as an NBA player?
I mean, I think if he just keeps continuing to put in the work that he's put in thus far, I think he's gonna be good.
Dad, how much have you enjoyed watching your son's journey?
Amazing. I love it. Now we gotta start all over. And do it all over again.
Jordan and Hawkins family, congratulations.
So,
Monica,
so been a good life a good year. This has been winning the national championship and now going to the NBA. A lot of, he has worked his hard, but it's still going to continue. In New Orleans and it's going to continue and up. And so now the Hawks, their pick is in, so be considered mid. Hopefully, whoever picks them, whoever picks is him, the Hawks, that he can help Trae Young. So let's see who the Atlanta Hawks take.
With the 15th pick in the 2023 NBA Draft, the Atlanta Hawks select Kobe Buffkin from the University of Michigan.
Kobe Buffkin from Michigan is picked by the Atlanta Hawks.
Kobe Buffkin, really one of the best players in the Big Ten the last 6 weeks of the season when Michigan put the ball in his hands. He just plays with incredible defensive intensity, and all that led to a huge jump up the draft boards, and ultimately him being drafted to Atlanta at number 15. He increased his scoring by 11 points per game from 2021-22 season. That's the largest among returning Big Ten players in 2022-2023. He strategically sort of only worked out with a handful of teams here, Jay, but clearly Atlanta likes him.
Well, a lefty that was a McDonald's All-American out of high school and didn't have the greatest of freshman years, but it's hard to call a McDonald's All-American a late bloomer, but he really came back his sophomore year and improved greatly. He's got a very good shooting touch. He's a good finisher, 71% around the rim, but he's got a great feel for the game. And he's a good defender. He's got excellent active hands and quick feet. And even though he's got a wiry frame and he needs to get stronger, his defensive presence is a very good one. And he's a hard worker. John Sanderson, the strength coach at Michigan, has said this 15 years at Michigan, Toby Bucket is as hard a worker as he has had.
Yeah, I mean, you talk about his defense. He led Michigan with 43 steals. He had 40 steals and 20 blocks as a guard. Defensive intensity that he plays with is huge, and it also gives Atlanta another ball handler to create and take some pressure off of Trae Young. He's got deep range. He can score the basketball. I think this is a really great fit for the Hawks. He's a sophomore, but he's only 19 years old, which makes his leap all the more impressive. Take a look at the numbers here as you see him shaking hands with NBA Commissioner Adam Silver. This is the moment that all of these young men dream about, think about their name being called. You can just see the impressive jump that he was able to make, Jack.
Yeah, and over the last, 12 games or so of this last season, he averaged 16 points, 6 rebounds, close to 4 assists, and shot 45% for three. And his ability to operate out of screen roll situations, he makes very good decisions. He's a smart basketball player.
And now he's standing by with our Monica McNutt.
I know, man. Congratulations.
Yeah, how you doing? I'm good.
Listen, I saw the emotions from your table. Now you're cool, calm, and collected. But how excited are you to start your next chapter in your basketball career?
Very excited. You know, it's a dream come true. You know, I'm just looking forward to getting the ATL and being competitive and going hard. So.
Your dad, Michael, your mom, Kimberly, watching this young man sacrifice and work to get to this moment, what kind of pride is running through you guys right now?
So much pride is running through us right now. This is a young man who has dedicated himself to basketball. Most importantly, been faithful to the Lord and to the game, and it has brought him this far. He has played like the world is watching for the last 12 years, is what we stress as a family. Play like the world is watching. Have faith, and you'll get here. We're here. Grand Rapids, Michigan is here.
You are, in fact, here. Dad, Michael, Mom, Kimberly, and Kobe, congratulations on beginning your NBA career.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Monica, thank you.
Well, a lot of people are going to be watching him now with Atlanta Hawks.
Victor Wembanyama. Victor, thank you so much for spending a little bit of time with us. I know this is an incredibly busy, incredibly exciting night for you. So we will
Victor is going to be in the ESPN booth.
start there. You told both of us, JJ and I, in different ways this week that you really don't feel any pressure. But as you were standing up, hearing the commissioner's name, your eyes filled with tears, what was going through your mind?
You know, I've dreamed of this moment. I dreamed of this moment for so long, and it felt really surreal. It actually felt like a dream when he said that sentence. When he called me to the stage, and you know, of course I was waiting for it, but still, I had the butterflies for hours before, and yeah, seeing my family proud, and it's just a dream come true. You can't really explain it.
Wemby, you talked on my podcast about being free in the universe, and I so appreciate the emotion. I really do. Specifically with your family, what was that moment like to share with them?
You know, I think they were trying to, you know, I guess my parents didn't show me that I'm gonna they've been praying a little bit. I think it's the reward for being good people, you know, having their son being successful, their children. And, you know, it just warms my heart to know that I can make these people proud. That matters so much to me.
You know, we've talked so much about what you're able to do skill-wise on the basketball court, and we've imagined how hard you've had to work. But how would you describe your workouts and the work that you have put in to get to this point?
I just need one word to describe it: unique. Unique. I got a unique body. I gotta acknowledge it and work to find a good way to work with it. And I got a unique body. I can't work with the normal. I can't work in the normal way, you know. So yeah, it's really different than it's different than normal workouts, you know. And but it's the same battle, you know. You need to entertain that work ethic and work hard at all times.
But speaking of that unique body, there are people that talk about bulk. What's the difference to you between bulk and strength, and how do you build strength without the bulk?
You know, it's important not to lose your mobility and your agility, you know what I'm saying? So bulking up is not a good word, you know. It's being more stable, you know, more strong, more solid. You know, when you watch me in the past 3 years, let's say, I haven't grown much, maybe an inch. But when you watch me 3 years ago and today, I don't, like, visually, I don't get the same feeling of stability. You know, I look way more stable now than years back, and this is really the way to keep going. You know, I don't need to bulk up. I need to get stronger. I need to get my core stronger. You know, and it's
Victor, what is the first thing that you are looking forward to when you touch down in San Antonio?
first thing I'm looking for. You know, I got a little dinner ready with this first organization. So yeah, really, I guess they're gonna be fast at the airport. I'm really looking forward to this.
Well, we know that the dinners with Greg Popovich, they are famed, so you are in for a treat. And you've been all around New York City this week, Victor. Let's take a look at your week. You said that it was the first time that you actually were able to hold a baseball, baseball, but it all started when fans, were you expecting this at the airport?
Not so much, honestly, not so much. You know, those fans are like fanatics. I love it, you know. And I wasn't expecting this much energy coming from the fans, but that was a bad side of this because, you know, a lot of them are resellers, and sometimes they get really physical, you know, trying to get to me, and sometimes it's hard, but I'm always trying to reward true fans.
How do you feel about your
So many
first pitch,
that are
by
here,
the way?
yeah.
How do you feel about your first pitch? How would you grade it?
I wish I could do it again.
I think you can.
Yeah, you'll have more. I think you're going to have an opportunity to do another first pitch. Victor Wembanyama, thank you for spending a little bit of time with us. Congratulations to you and your entire family on just a magical, incredible night.
So much.
In the meantime, the Utah Jazz, their pick is in, so we head back to the podium and NBA Commissioner Adam Silver.
All right, who are the Jazz taking?
With the 16th pick in the 2023 NBA Draft, the Utah Jazz select Keontae George from Baylor University.
Keontae George for Baylor is going to Utah.
George from Baylor, headed to the Utah Jazz. He scored 506 points last season, the second most in the season by a freshman in Baylor history. His dad was actually a pro in France, and he's come a long way. We spoke earlier this week, and he told me that when he was in high school, he had an abscess in his hip, and he was supposed to just be in the hospital for a day. He was there for weeks, and he thought he'd never play basketball again. And really, that gave him a new appreciation day for the game that he loves so very much.
Yeah, he is a shot maker and a shot creator, that combination. He's poised, has a good feel for the game, especially on the offensive end. Good quickness, he's athletic, and I think he's got all the tools to be a good defender. Because one thing is efficiency probably needs to improve. He has some turnovers, some tough shots, but he played on a team of shot creators with L.J. Cryer and Adam Flacco. That was the best trio of guards in America that Scott threw out at Baylor. Keontae George, one of the big reasons why. He's quick and confident, and the ability to create his own shot, I think, is going to be really helpful to him in the NBA.
You talk about him hitting hard shots. 69% of his catch and shoot plays
were guarded. I mean, he has an ability to, whether he's fading away, whether he's elevating, his eyes stay on the rim. It's like the defense isn't there. He sees right through them and is able to knock his shots down. I mean, his footwork, he's strong. Watch this. I call it a little chicken wing. Watch how he creates just a little bit of space and then goes right into his three-point shot off of the dribble, knocks it down, pinpoint accuracy from beyond the arc, 34%. But again, a lot of those were tough shots that he had to hit. He's also crafty. I mean, on the catch, you see just a quick jab step to set up the defender, and then it's a crossover and then a lean away from the basket. He is more than just a three-point shooter, but this is what he does well. His shooting and his range and his ability to knock down shots. I mean, this is almost a logo three.
Well, those guards went off on Kansas in the first half, and Kansas shut him down in the second. But his quick dribble moves and his handoff and his ability to get to his spots, that's going to really help Keontae George. He can score.
And now he's with Monica McNutt.
Keontae, I read that one of your favorite basketball memories to date is winning the AAU National Championship in 5th grade. How does tonight compare to that?
This is the best moment of my life. I mean, I can't even explain how I feel. No matter hours, no matter sacrifice that you have to make to just get to this point. I understand this is just the beginning.
Dad, Jason, you watched him put those sacrifices that he mentioned. You were a professional athlete as well. You understand it. As he goes on to this next chapter, what's your best advice for him?
Keep growing. Keep thanking God and keep growing as a player, as a man, and just keep getting better every day.
Congratulations, Dad. Jason, congratulations, Keontae. You thought Dad got that guy.
Amazing.
I don't think getting drafted to the NBA compared to winning your 5th grade national championship.
In the 2023 draft, the Lakers, the Heat, the Warriors, they are coming up on the board. Then what's the biggest question for these teams?
It's got to be the Warriors at 19. They've whipped on the last few picks they've had in the first round. Do they go with someone that can help right now?
We answer that coming up.
So 2 minutes left for the Lakers. The Lakers get picked in, but whoever will, with LeBron drama with retiring. Hopefully he's not the new Aaron Rodgers of the NFL. Of the NBA. Him might be joining with Kyrie Irving. And AD might stay in there. But if the Lakers can get all these players, LeBron, AD, Kyrie, and whoever they're going to pick here with Chris from Villanova or whoever else they might be taking, watch out for the Lakers, with a horrible start, 2-10, but making the conference finals, even though getting swept by Joker and the 2023 champs, the Nuggets. But watch out for the Lakers, though, NBA. They will not be starting at 2-10, and Marvin Ham, he's going to have a good roster if he can get all these pieces left. So let's see what they get in 50 seconds.
Crispy, cheesy, and loaded with toppings. Now just $6.99.
So many got big plays from your phone to the big screen. Yeah, you'll feel like a VIP. Top shelf content blowing up your feed. One app, footwork, subscribe. Never here hitting bombs or doing it live. Bravo, with a buddy so dirty, make you wanna kick.
Lakers only got 20 seconds.
Hey, and one more. I think we got it.
Yeah, let's focus on the RV.
RV?
Okay, everybody look at the RV and smile.
This is what you want for your family portrait?
Good point. We bundled the boat with our home and auto first. Hey, team, get on in here. Team? Oh.
Fun. Everyone say 24/7 financial protection with Progressive. 24/7 financial protection with Progressive. Okay, let's get some singles in the bike. Coming. Listen to the Lions roar! tonight's draft anniversary.
All right, the Lakers get their pick in.
Hard for me to imagine there's a better prospect.
LeBron James is the best high school basketball player I have ever seen.
With the first pick, the Cleveland Cavaliers select LeBron James.
LeBron James wins his fourth title.
Some other notable anniversaries here, and some notable number one.
LeBron, number 1 overall pick. You could say it in basketball, like super hyped players, like that like are super good, like successful, like LeBron James. But this might change with Trevor Lawrence in the NFL. Well, let's see what the Lakers take with the 17th pick.
With the 17th pick in the 2023 NBA Draft, the Los Angeles Lakers select Jalen Hood-Schifino.
Jalen Hood-Schifino from Indiana. It's going to Los Angeles Lakers, LeBron and AD, and possibly Kyrie. So, great lineup.
He was drafted into the NBA. He actually goes by Fino, and it's a nickname his mom gave him. And it's not just a nickname, it's an acronym. For failure is not an option. His mom came up with that years ago as a motto that he repeats to himself. He was the first Indiana freshman with multiple 30-point games in the season since Eric Gordon, 2007, 2008. He was named Big Ten Freshman of the Year, all Big Ten second team. And he grew up playing with his mom, Adrian. He says it took her a while to be able to beat her one-on-one. She played at Lock Haven University. But now it's just about getting there, Jay.
He is a big, strong, personal point guard. He's excellent in pick and roll. He shoots well off the dribble. He's got the length with a 6'10" wingspan and the athleticism. I think he'd be a very good defender. Still needs to work on consistency from the three-point line. He had a 3-game streak where he was 16 of 37, but the rest of the season shot about 25% from three-point range. But I wouldn't call him an incredibly explosive athlete, but he's athletic. His strength is a big key for him. And also a former player at the J. Billis Skills Camp, third player drafted out of that camp.
Third player out of that camp that's been drafted. Not bad, Coach Jay. Look at you. You should be a scout. You know all the talent. I mean, you talk about his scoring. He's a versatile scorer, and he's extremely crafty with the ball. He's a crafty ball handler. He's got a really nice mid-range pull-up game off the dribble. And as we watch his shots here, he had a 35-point performance against Purdue, 2 30-point performances this season. But my favorite thing about his game is the way he's able to distribute the basketball. 117 assists, 4th most by a freshman in Indiana history. And he delivers the ball off of the bounce. He doesn't have to pick it up and then pass it. He can take it right off the dribble, which I think will translate to the next level. This is the moment that he found out that he was headed to the Los Angeles Lakers. It's one of my favorite parts of the draft, seeing the motion. It's literally watching in real time as dreams come true, and he is now with our Monica McNutt.
Jalen, well, happy birthday. You had a birthday on Monday, and now you just got drafted. How would you describe this week?
I mean, it's really hard to put it into words, but like right now, I don't even know really how I feel. It's just like a surreal feeling. But I gotta give all things to the man above.
Mom, Angel, you guys have this acronym for the last 4 letters of your last name. Failure is not an option. Tonight, your son achieves one of his dreams. How proud are you of him? So proud. So proud. How much do you thank your mom for helping you get here?
I mean, my mom, my sister, they're my wife. Just seeing like the sacrifices that they made when I was younger, now for it to all kind of pay off, I can't really explain the feeling. I'm just so thankful, and I appreciate them too for sure.
Ava, I saw that face. So now you get to bug your brother for whatever you want, okay? Ava, Angel, Jalen, congratulations.
Thank you. I appreciate you. Appreciate you.
Monica.
Monday, have a birthday. 3 days later, get drafted to the NBA by the Los Angeles Lakers, where all the celebs like Kim Kardashian, all the celebs come out, and Bad Bunny. So great week Buddy is having. So the Heat have 2 minutes left, and whoever the Heat take be expected, they are going to work. Jimmy Butler, he wants to get back to the championship. He wants to get revenge on Joker and everyone from the NBA. So watch out, whoever you because be prepared to work.
Over the last month is part of the reason Cam Whitmore has dropped. I saw him in a workout for his agency, WME, in Santa Barbara in May, where he really impressed teams. Literally all 30 teams were there. But his individual workouts, interviews with teams have not been as strong. There was a sense he would drop tonight, perhaps to the back end of the lottery. But now Cam Whitmore is dropping toward number 20 as we approach the second half of the first round.
Thank you. Miami is on the clock at this point.
So this guy said the reason why Cam, the number one considered best player right now, is the reason he is going to drop so low is because of his interview strength. So I guess I learned that, everyone else has learned that interviewing in the NBA, NFL MVP is really real big. So practice your interview skills, because I don't think maybe not all players, had a job before because this is their job. Maybe some of them, but he might go to the Rockets. He could go to the Heat. I could see him going to the Heat. Maybe we should fall all the way down to the Bucks. But I know he's not feeling confident about himself, but just watch him play. So let's see if he gets picked to the 18th pick. So is it him?
Take a step back here, not necessarily just in the draft. What do you want to see in Miami? Who do you want to see paired with Jimmy Butler in order to make it to not only they get to another finals, which they have through the last 4 years, but finally get to that mountaintop?
Look, I don't know that you're going to get a franchise-altering superstar with the 18th pick. What Miami has done historically is identify the right people to be in that system, in that Heat culture, and they target players that are tough. They target players with chips on their shoulders. They target smart players. And those are the type of players that they can potentially look at. And they have an even better track record of identifying undrafted players, bringing them into the program, developing them. All four of these guys, huge contributions on the way to the finals for the Miami Heat.
The Miami Heat, one of the best incubators of talent in the NBA. Their latest addition, the pick is in. Let's head back to Commissioner Adams.
With the 18th pick in the 2023 NBA Draft, the Miami Heat select Jaime Jaquez Jr. from UCLA.
Jaime Jaquez Jr. from UCLA is going to go to Miami. He is going to be working. So Cam, he is still not in the 19th pick.
He was named the 2023 Pac-12 Player.
Will the Golden State Warriors take him?
In 2008, he led the team in scoring and rebounds last season. There he is in a Lakers jersey. He idolized Kobe Bryant growing up. He also was one of 9 players in UCLA program history to rank in the top 15 in scoring and rebounding. Basketball runs in the family. Both of his parents played at Concordia University, Irvine.
Someone said Cam Whitmore is his Laker. Not yet.
And now he is heading to South Carolina.
Jaime Jaquez is tough, hard-nosed, and he always plays hard. When he was a freshman and Mick Cronin first took over at UCLA, he was the one guy that stood out that played the hardest as a first-year player for the Bruins. Fundamentally sound. He's a really good isolation scorer. He's one of those guys, kind of like a little bit like Jalen Brunson, the way he can back you down and then pivot around you. He rebounds well. His footwork is excellent. He's only a 32-33% three-point shooter, but he can knock down a three. But he knows how to play. And it's very Miami Heat to draft a player like Jaime Jaquez for his toughness fundamentally sound, can play with other people. He's a stud.
Yeah, when you talk about the Miami Heat and having guys that play with a chip on their shoulder, Jaime Jaquez was number 95 in 2019 in the ESPN Top 100, right? That playing with a chip on your shoulder, being doubted, people not expecting much of you, and then you get to UCLA, again, we talked about your Pac-12 Player of the Year. You lead your team in scoring at just under 18 points per game, diving on the floor, the hustle plays. These are all plays that inject the Miami Heat with energy. He is going to be an incredible fit in that organization. This sounds like it has Heat culture written all over it, JJ.
It absolutely does. Anybody who's watched this guy play has seen the level of intelligence, the level of skill, an older player ready to contribute right away.
He's with our Monica McNutt.
Jaime, how you feeling?
I'm feeling incredible right now. Surreal. Words can't describe it right now.
Now listen, at the ripe old age of 22, you are one of the older draftees we've heard so far tonight. But you played in multiple Sweet 16s. You've been to the Final Four. What is your experience as a senior coming out of UCLA? How does that separate you from the rest of your draft classmates?
I think you said it best. I think just experience overall. Any experience is good experience, and I think I just treat it as such. And that's what I try to emphasize to these teams is, I got a lot of experience and a lot of games under my belt that I can use to help an NBA program or NBA team in the future. So.
Your parents, Jaime and Angela, are sitting with you. You guys, your son will now join a small but growing club of athletes that are Mexican born or have Mexican descent. But I know to you, he is your baby.
Yes, sure.
How proud are you of him in this moment?
Oh my gosh, the words cannot describe how proud I am. This is his dream. He's carried a basketball around his whole life, and he's dreamt about this, and we just couldn't be more proud.
Absolutely. We're so proud of my son just to see him, think about his goal was the NBA. Everyone has that goal, but for him to go out there and achieve it's incredible just to watch and witness.
Jaime, Angela, congratulations. Jaime, congratulations. Welcome to the NBA and the Heat.
So he, the oldest part of his class. So the oldest part of his class, which is 22, which is not that bad, but because these kids are like 19, and but he's still a good experience. But he said, which is a really good quote, that he said that any experience is a good experience. That's a pretty good quote for him. He should quote that one at his draft night. But he's gonna need that experience because they're probably gonna jump him in right away for a contending championship team that the Heat. So speaking of the champs, the last year's champs, the Warriors, their pick is in when just getting Chris Paul, but losing Jordan Poole, Ryan Rollins, and a 2030 first-round pick, and then 2027 second-round pick. But they're also a championship team. And the Warriors, whoever they take, that, a lot of drama right now with Draymond and Jordan Poole, Chris Paul, a lot of personalities. But whoever picks him, Chris Paul, Steph, and Clay, a lot of veterans on that team. So he's going to get a lot of experience. So hopefully that the Warriors get a young guy.
When you look at the Golden State Warriors payroll, with Draymond Green on the roster in a $28 million cap hit, $243 million towards the luxury tax. When you look at Draymond Green off the roster, $67 million. So $170 million plus difference here. Look, it's not my money. It's Joe Lacob's money. But I think Draymond Green is worth that big luxury tax hit to re-sign him here.
Bobby, thank you so much. The pick is now in. JJ, in just a little bit, I do want to get your thoughts on how Chris Paul is going to fit in with this roster. But before we do that, let's hear who is headed to Golden State and from NBA Commissioner Adam Silver.
With the 19th pick in the 2023 NBA Draft, the Golden State Warriors select Brandon Podziemski from Santa Clara University.
Brandon Podziemski from Santa Clara. He is going to the Warriors.
Podziemski from Santa Clara. When he transferred from Illinois to Santa Clara, he really broke out here in the WCC. He's only 20. He has so much upside. We're going to get back to Brandon in just a minute, but JJ, your thoughts here on Chris Paul that's headed to Golden State?
Well, a couple things really stand out. First of all, it's the contrasting styles between Chris Paul and Golden State. Chris Paul likes to play slow. He likes to play methodical.
Right.
Golden State likes to play fast. They like to play chaotic. Now, Chris Paul has the second most assists since play-by-play track began on three-pointers, and he's going to go be paired with the two greatest shooters of all
Good or bad trade for the Warriors? I meant, and the Warriors, they are obviously contending with Chris Paul since Jordan Poole, he is a younger guy, so they're not looking for that, and they're trying to get their another ring. And so let's see what people say. So much as Jay says this gives the Warriors more cap and getting them a point guard to run the second unit. Also, they got a lot of money, so if they're trying to get a championship, which really trying to get a championship, they do have a lot of money. So we'll see if they'll stay what they have with the roster or get more people. But it doesn't matter. They got Steph Curry, who is probably the top 5 greatest NBA player currently. So Craig Peterson's good trade, although it's possible that Poole will have a bounce back year. He may have one of the worst contracts in the league for the next 4 years, if not. CP3 and his expiring ad flexibility in CP3 is better than Poole at this time. That is true, but Poole, he will be having could have a bounce back year, but he's on this contract. But the Warriors, they do have money, so good job by getting Chris Paul for replacing Draymond, and still getting so much money too right now.
You become just the third Santa Clara player to be drafted since Steve Nash in '96 and Jalen Williams did it last year. How special is that for you?
Yeah, I think it's a special. Big shout out to Jalen. It's part of the reason I went to Santa Clara this past year in the portal. Just seeing him do it and how high he got, I tried to follow his footsteps.
Your parents, John and Barb, are with you. I can tell you our analysts are already talking about his shooting ability and the organization that just drafted him. But having watched him from a young man to now in his basketball career, what are the Warriors getting in your son?
A hard grinder, a dog. I mean, you just don't understand his work ethic. He went to a military school. Someone says jump, you don't ask how high you do it. He will run through a wall for this organization. He gets to have Steph with him. Priceless.
That has to feel pretty good, huh, Brandon?
Yeah. Yesterday at media, they was asking me who I want to go up against, and I was like Steph. But now just being with him, there's a lot of Milwaukee guys out there already. So I'm really familiar. Obviously, Santa Clara is just right down the road from there. So I'm super excited, blessed. God put me in a great situation.
John, Barb, congratulations. Brandon, congratulations.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Monica, thank you.
So his dad has a personality. Oh my gosh, he's so funny. But that he is just gonna fit with Steph Curry and the Warriors. Being in Santa Clara, that's not that far, obviously. Same state, so yep. The Rockets have 2 minutes left until they're 2 minutes left to make their pick.
That works. That's a great start, everybody. 0.
Control the zone.
10 more picks left into the first round of the 2023 draft.
FX is the bear. All episodes now streaming only on Hulu.
Looking good.
Feeling good. I just found all these cars on Auto Trader. I wait for the best part there, microwave. A dealer is going to deliver this car to our home.
Never leave home. Never leave home.
Oh, it's here. There is one thing I can't do from home.
Someone stop him.
Introducing new Black Angus Steak Burgers, the bourbon bacon jam and jalapeno kick, topped with 4 cheese crisp. Try all 6 ultimate steak burger combos served with fries and a drink starting at $9. Download the app and earn double rewards on steak burgers for a limited time.
Baseball in London and Los Angeles. Let's play 2. First, it's a rivalry game across the bar.
the pick is in for the Rockets.
Commercials are meant to be 30 seconds. But this one is only 15. Because these fries cook in half the time. McCain Quick Cook Fries. They cook in half the time.
Claire stayed in this amazing hotel and paid this much for her room. Jess stayed in the same hotel and paid a lot less. Let's go back. When I found her hotel, we'll book it. Go. Hotel on this best deal for you. Hotel Travago.
Welcome back to the 2023 NBA Draft presented by State Farm. The Houston Rockets with the 20th pick are on the board right now. Let's go back to the stage and NBA Commissioner Adam Silver.
What do the Rockets take?
With the 20th pick in the 2023 NBA Draft, the Houston Rockets select Cam Whitmore.
Yes, sir. He finally gets taken. Cam Whitmore finally gets taken, and he's going to Houston Rockets. I'm so happy for him that he did not get out of the first round.
But then he said he was determined to come back even stronger. He was named the 2022-23.
A lot of emotion for him, I'm sure.
And Jay, you had him as your best available here. Now he comes into the league with potentially even more to prove.
An absolute steal at number 20. An elite athlete.
A steal for the Rockets at 20. Yes, sir, he is.
Just so powerful in the way he attacks the rim. 65% finisher as a rim. And you referenced it. He didn't have a continuous season because of injury. But when he's at his best, he can be a versatile defender. He's an excellent cutter off the ball. But he gets steals. He can be disruptive. But not just how explosive he is. When he goes to the basket, he attacks the rim like he's got something against it. He's good in transition. I mean, talk about a lob threat. You throw it up there, he throws it down with both hands with his head on the rim. And he's got a solid shooting stroke. Shoots about 35% for free. Good in catch and shoot situations. I think he's going to improve his feel for the game as he gets more reps. But you don't find athletes like this all the time. And I thought he was a top 5 talent coming into this draft. And I think Houston got themselves a steal at number 20.
You just saw the highlights of him being a disruptive defender. Struggled this season, defending points in transition, turning the ball over and leading the layups. The energy that really both of these guys are going to bring defensively is going to be huge for Houston. Someone who knows a little something about Cam Whitmore is Dan Hurley, the UConn coach. He's going to be joining us in just a little bit. But first, let's hear from Whitmore. He is with our Monica.
Cam, a dream realized. You talked to me a little bit about 4 years ago when you broke your leg and you had to battle through that adversity. Tonight, you realized a dream. How are you feeling in the moment?
I'm excited, grateful to be here. I mean, I'm blessed. Been in one NBA for how many years since I was born, so blessed to be here.
Mom, Colleen, Dad, Myron, none of these athletes are able to do this without a tremendous support system. How have you watched your son grow and work toward this moment?
He's been a hard worker, determined, just always had this goal, and he's never given up no matter what adversity that he's gone through.
Well, I can tell you that, he's had this dream since he was in 5th grade, right? And so we've been supporting him 150%, attending all of his games, taking all of his practices. And so we've been behind him 100%.
Tonight, the support all pays off. You guys enjoy the night, Cam. Congratulations.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Monica, thank you.
So, a steal for the Houston Rockets, but maybe with many reasons because of his broken bone a couple years ago. And so the Nets, they have 2 picks, so we'll see who they can get. They have this opportunity to get what they want for their future.
The athleticism, the physical attributes are all there.
With 2 minutes left on the clock for the Nets for their first round pick of the night.
Just be this freak, athletic rim attacker, but I think he's going to make threes. I think that's obviously still.
Let's go back to Jordan Hawkins. You were there sharing that moment with him. You were also literally standing by his side on NBA Day when he declared to come to the draft that he was going to be an NBA player. What was it like for you to witness that?
It's just great to where you both come through for each other. He helped us win the championship in college basketball, and then we were able to help him reach his dream. So it was just an incredible moment to see the emotion with the family. When they put all of their lives and resources into his career, and to see Jordan and Jasmine and Craig, that emotion was awesome.
Coach, we've talked about his skill so much here on this desk, but for you winning a championship with Jordan, how impactful was his play in that championship run?
I think he's the best shooter, or the most unique shooter that's come into the draft in the last couple of years. He wasn't just a toes to the line catch and shoot. The speed and the movement and how quickly he gets into his three. He became better in terms of the shot making at the different levels.
A minute left for the Nets. I'm sure if the Rockets didn't take him, I'm sure the Nets would have took him in one of them, probably at their first. So maybe that, maybe that's where they originally thought he was going to jump down. So it was 30 seconds left for the Nets.
Yeah, he's just, he's tougher. He's tougher than you think. The shooting is breathtaking when you see it on a daily basis. It's just so unique. But he's tough.
20 seconds left.
And he's got a chip on his shoulder, because he really didn't come into his own until late in his career. So he just hasn't had his butt kissed a whole lot.
10 seconds.
And he wants to be coach, and he's an old soul.
5.
Dinner has been like now that you're a national champion and you get to wear the gaudy ring.
Oh, they barely get the pick in with 1 second. Okay, Nets. Making us wait. It's almost 10:30 for some places in the world, in the U.S.
Finally kind of hold up there into the bargain in the family. Just took my turn.
More than held it up.
You still have a couple of players on the board that are including Otter Decker. What can you tell us about his game?
Just the ultimate winner. I think a lot of these teams, they call after he's visited them and say, is this really who he is? Just the way he presents himself, all the qualities that help you win games, the defense, the rebounding, the playing for others. The last 12 games of the season, he kind of cracked the code in terms of scoring a little bit. But he's the type of guy that obviously he can get right into a rotation. But
Coach, what do you tell your guys when they're preparing for the NBA? What's your advice as they take on this next level?
Yeah, obviously, the work rate is going to be much different. You're playing against grown men, the best of the best. You've got to go in there with the habits, the behaviors, the mindsets, to do it and learn from players that made the wrong choices along the way.
You know what they should do? They should, the NBA or NFL, I guess, they should do two teams, so the same team has back-to-back picks, or back-to-back as long as they can do. They should pick all three of those players. No, that's actually a dumb idea, actually, because then that wouldn't mean that they get their own individual. Because I was gonna say that they should get double the time, but that wouldn't give them individually, so that wouldn't. I think they'll beef or something, but they'll be the same team.
23 NBA draft. The Brooklyn Nets select Noah Clowney from the University of Alabama.
Noah Clowney, yes, sir, baby, from Alabama. The Nets take him. Clowney chance. Brooklyn, they get another pick. First round pick.
He had 3 double-doubles last season, including against number 1 Houston on December 10th. He made 34 three-pointers last season, the most by an Alabama player, 6'10" or taller, over the last.
Who's going to be his teammate?
Jay, what do you see that Noah has to offer for Brooklyn?
Took a bit to pick him.
With a 7-foot wingspan, he's got a great second jump. So he's got all the tools. He's an outstanding
outstanding offensive rebounder. He can finish. I think he can shoot it. He can step away and shoot it. He's going to have to improve in that area, but he's a multi-positional defender. He was freaky from the three-point line. Shot about 28% overall, but has streaks where he made them. And he's a little bit inconsistent, but his mechanics are solid and he can improve. But his rebounding, his ability to guard multiple spots and switch out, and he plays hard. I think it's this is an upside pick for the Nets at 21.
Brooklyn is in a really interesting spot right now, JJ. If you take a look at some of Noah
6'10", 205.
What do you see them needing to do here moving forward?
Well, it comes down to the strategy. Because here, look, Mikal Bridges was offered for the number 3 pick tonight. Mikal Bridges had multiple.
He will be joined by Cal Bridges.
First-round picks last year. And if you look back at that playoff series against the Philadelphia 76ers, they had no size outside of Nick Claxton. And I think with Noah Clowney, they view him as being able to play alongside Claxton because they need the potential upside of him as a shooter.
You can see him, everyone gathering around, sharing a moment, smiles all over in his green room, and now Noah Clowney is with our
Why am I here just like one?
Noah, you weren't a highly touted high school recruit. In a short time, you have improved your game enough to be drafted to the NBA. Can you describe your journey to get here?
I always was overlooked, so it was like when I finally did get an opportunity, I always worked hard. I was always gonna work hard. Any opportunity I did get, it got me somewhere. So like we here, and I'm still shaking, bro. Like it's surreal, like really. Like,
Tanya and Larry, you guys have watched your son put in that time and effort, whether people were talking about him or not. Now that he's here, what have you seen in his character that will help him make an impact in the NBA?
He is a great person. So just him being there and his will to win, like putting himself second. I don't know.
These parents are speechless.
Noah, congratulations on your next chapter.
Thank you.
Monica, thank you so much. Noah Clowney.
So Noah Clowney and Brandon Miller. Brandon Miller goes to Charlotte, and then Noah Clowney goes to
Don't let that quietness fool you with Noah Clowney there. He's got a major edge, as he just mentioned there. Overlooked coming out of high school, did not go through the AE circuit. He's got something to prove, and I think he will in Brooklyn for a team that they say certainly undersized. They've been Nick Claxton on the last year of his contract here. A great value pick, also a best available fits what Brooklyn is looking
So 1 minute 45 seconds for the Nets to pick their second pick of the first round, back to back, obviously.
Something to keep, something to move on from, as Sean Morrison was trying to move forward from the Kevin Durant, Kyrie Irving thing.
Yeah, look, they have a star in Mikal Bridges. I don't know that Mikal Bridges is a superstar, but he is a star. It's very clear based on his production at the end of his Phoenix Suns run and then how he played in Brooklyn. Cam Johnson, a restricted free agent, he'll likely be back. Nick Claxton, who I had second in most improved player and on my all-defensive team. They've got a strong young core and multiple draft hits going forward from that Kevin Durant trade.
JJ, we haven't even mentioned, we've been talking about Brooklyn with 2 picks on the clock now.
I will discuss Ben Simmons when he's back on the basketball court.
Well, and then, we've seen pictures of his workouts potentially coming out, trying to get back. It just, when we're looking at Brooklyn as a whole here, it feels like he's a piece that is a major question mark.
Well, if you think about the fact that they gave up James Harden, and they got picks back, a lot of which they had given up in the James Harden original trade to Houston, they were expecting Ben Simmons to play at an all-star, all-NBA level. And because of injuries and I believe some lingering effects from that Atlanta series in terms of his mental approach, he has really struggled with Brooklyn and has been I'm Ben's friend. I still believe in him. But again, just being on the court and being the player that he was early in his career in Philadelphia, and then we can start talking about how that would impact Brooklyn going forward.
Yeah, you mentioned Philadelphia. We're going to check in with our Adrian Wojnarowski in a little bit on their future, including James Harden. But Jay, I want to take a look at your best available list here because there's still so many great players that have not heard their name called who you see fitting in Brooklyn.
Well, I mean, it depends on JJ, what do you think they need? What do you think Brooklyn needs?
But to win?
Yeah.
Or with this pick?
With this pick.
Oh, with this pick. Look, I always go back to shooting. I think if there's a shooter available that shoots is tough and competitive and can help you win and add value to your team, add spacing to Mikal Bridges, complement Cam Johnson as a shooter, I think you go in that direction. They still probably need more size and more depth in the front court because they really had none of that at the end of last season.
I mean, if you need a shooter, Bryce Sensabaugh of Ohio State is the best shooter available.
And Jay, by the way, you bring him up, and he had an injury earlier in the season. He's proven he can score. I go back to Sean Marks. One of his first picks was Karis LeVert, who had a lot of question marks and a lot of medical red flags. He's turned out to be a fantastic NBA player.
Well, Sean Marks' latest pick is in. But let's head to the podium.
Let's see who the Nets will take with their second pick.
With the 22nd pick in the 2023 NBA Draft, the Brooklyn Nets select Dariq Whitehead from Duke University.
Dariq Whitehead from Duke is going to the Nets.
All-American game. He had 13.7 rebounds and assists in that game. You can see his coach, Josh Dyer, enjoying the moment. He's not actually here in attendance tonight, but Andrea, let's take a look at his highlight. What stood out to you?
So he's not going to be there. 6'7", 217 pounds. He is 2022 Naismith High School Player of the Year. But I think that accomplishments compared to getting drafted 22nd overall by the Nets.
And he's tough. I don't think we saw the best from Dariq Whitehead in terms of his explosion and his athletic ability, only because of the injuries. He is extremely versatile, plays hard on both ends, can score the basketball as well. This is a great pickup in terms of toughness for the Nets. Dariq Whitehead is headed to Brooklyn where toughness he is going to bring. We will be right back on the other side with the Portland Trailblazers off the clock.
Tell me about these tears.
This is accomplishing something that I've been dreaming of, my whole life.
Since they were 5 years old, I've seen this. I knew this thing was coming.
I'm about to play in the NBA. I mean, that's crazy. Like, this is a true blessing.
Chicago is home you got. It's a place you can find community, a place you can call home. But this city will forever be in the devil's hands.
You live your life, but you have to live it to the fullest.
I want my city to be a better place.
This is my community. I love y'all.
To new beginnings and new friendships.
Our past is always in our present.
Oh, got secrets.
Let the darkness come. The sun will shine again.
The Shine, only on Showtime, streaming with Paramount Plus.
Just what you want to be.
At Macy's, the fragrance destination.
That's what you came for! I finally found it.
That was amazing.
This season's about super team expectations.
New York's Liberty has looked really good.
Contender leveling up. I'm excited. Sleep the world.
She's got confidence.
And a shiny new rookie flag.
Six high, lays it in.
The WNBA. She wants to do a shout out. We're all about it. Washington at New York. Sunday at 1 on ABC.
Tomorrow's stars, they play here. See them first at NBA 2K24 Summer League this July 7th through 17th. Get your tickets today at NBAevents.com. Welcome back to the 2023 NBA Draft. The Portland Trailblazers, they are on the clock. The pick is in.
All right, who are the Portland Trailblazers going to take?
With the 23rd pick in the 2023 NBA Draft, the Portland Trailblazers select Chris Murray from the University of Iowa.
Chris Murray from Iowa is going to Portland. 6'9", 213 pounds.
22 number 4 pick, Keegan Murray. He made a huge leap in scoring this year, Jay.
He's a versatile player that's fundamentally sound, and he can play right away. You can plug him in right away. He plays on both ends. He's really smart. He's got a great motor. He averages 20 points a game, over 8 rebounds, 3 of those offensive rebounds. He's not an explosive creator, but he can shoot it. Gets to the rim. He's like the big fundamental. He's a 3 and D forward in the NBA.
Yeah, and I mean, that's exactly why you compare him to his brother, Keegan Murray, who had incredible success at Sacramento this past season. I mean, the defensive instincts of Chris Murray, you saw them up and down the floor, multiple possessions at Iowa. Keegan Murray, you saw the same thing. How big was he in tough moments in the series against Golden State when Sacramento was trying to make their run? He made big-time shots, had big-time performance, and made great reads on the defensive end. His anticipation, his energy that he plays with, you'll see the same thing from Chris Murray in the NBA report. Keegan Murray was so impressive in that run that the Sacramento Kings had ending the route to the playoffs. And Chris is following in that role, JJ. I mean, look at the improvement.
Yeah, I mean, he's a guy that can play in the NBA right away. A little bit older. He definitely has the pedigree. You can't argue with the production that you both bring up the defense. And I again, going back to what we said about Steve Henderson, Portland was really bad defensively, 3rd worst defense in the league last year. It certainly helped him right away. And then positionally, of course, Jeremy Grant is a free agent, not knowing if he'll be back with Portland.
Who doesn't love adorable growing up childhood photos? It's so special being drafted into the NBA with your brother. This is such a small fraternity, and to be able to have a family member join it as well is just it's incredible, right?
Well, the one question we haven't asked is when do these guys come off their parents' cell phone plans?
I'm still on mine.
I think a lot of young people are. It's amazing. NBA players are still on their parents' cell phone plans. You know that for a fact? Yes.
Are we naming names?
You want me to name names? All these guys are on their parents' cell phone. Oh, come on.
They're about to pay a lot of their carrier.
We didn't get that. I didn't get that.
That kind of grip around your neck and still be on your parents' cell phone bills?
It's happening. When do they go off?
It's the family plan. You get a discount with the family plan. There you go. We are just getting started here in the NBA draft as the Sacramento Kings are on the board. Jay, who do you see here? This is Welcome to the Neighborhood, brought to you by State Farm. Here are the Blazers' new teammates, Scoot Henderson, Chris Murray, headed to the Portland Trail Blazers. With the Sacramento Kings on the clock, though, Jay, who do you see as the best available?
Well, I mean, one of the steals, I think, at this point in the draft is Nick Smith Jr. of Arkansas. He didn't play much last year because of injury and a knee thing. He spent some time, about a month in LA while the season was going on. He came back late in the season, but before the year started, he was a lottery pick, at least seen as one. And similar to Cam Whitmore, he's a lottery talent that's still available.
shots for threes. We've already talked about prioritizing threes. This for the NBA and how important threes are for something. This pick that was actually on the move to learn more. Let's bring in our senior NBA insider, Adrian Wojnarowski.
Blake, that's right. I'm told that Sacramento is trading a center with Sean Holmes and the 24th pick to Dallas. This is the Mavericks picking out 24.
With the 24th pick in the 2023 NBA Draft, the Sacramento Kings select Olivier Maxence Prosper from Montreal, Canada.
So Olivier Mons Prosper from Marquette, he is going to Sacramento Kings.
As Adrian Wojnarowski just reported, the Sacramento Kings is the hat that he's putting on. This pick is on its way to Dallas. The rise of Olivier Mons Prosper has been spectacular. He essentially went from testing the waters in this draft to being selected in the first round. He posted 21.7 rebounds in 22 minutes in the lone game in the draft combine. But he really expressed it.
Yeah, and he comes to the Big East, and they go, whoa, with Omax Prosper. Talk about a guy that can move without the ball. You know, he's an energy player, a skilled defender, and a versatile one. Super athletic, really active, really mobile. But the way he scores on cuts, 79% he shot on cuts to the basket. Good catch and shoot guy, but a guy that I think is going to continue to improve. He's gotten better and better thus far in his career, and I think the ceiling is much higher for Omax Prosper.
Malika, you mentioned his numbers and stats at the combine. I was there at the combine watching him perform and watching everyone in the stands as he had athletic plays. And really what he tested, his athleticism, 35-inch standing vertical, 40.5-inch maximum vertical. That meant among the top 5 of those who tested at the combine. And going back to his season at Marquette, he shot 50% or better in 18 games. Kept 15-0 in those games. He's athletic, he can defend, he can score the basketball, and he plays hard. And all of those things translate to the next level.
And he doesn't have to have the ball in his hands to play. And I think that's important with him.
He is Marquette's 5th first-round pick over the last 20 years, and the first since Henry Ellison in 2016. And now Omax is with our Monica McNutt.
Olivier, congratulations, Omax, as they call you. Now, your path to get here includes time spent with the NBA Academy, playing alongside guys like Josh Giddey and Benedict Mather. How do you think that prepared you to take the next step in the league?
I mean, you prepared me so much. Just the opportunity to be, part of the NBA Academy, especially my senior year, and just playing with guys like Ben Mathurin and Josh Giddey and all those guys. I mean, just the competition, and I got better every day. So it was an awesome experience for me.
Your parents, Gaetan and Gillian, are here. You guys both may not be familiar with your son, but what is this organization potentially getting in him?
Oh my God, versatility, hard work, somebody that's going to bring some positive energy to the team, that's for sure.
He always says, I bring a spark to everything I do, and he's going to bring a spark on the court and up the court, help the game, but also help the culture of the team any way he can, and we're so proud of him.
And winning.
Winning is a good thing. Well, you got on that Kings hat, but the pick is actually going to Dallas, so I'm sure they will welcome your spark. Olivier, congratulations, parents. Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
Appreciate it.
I think the Kings will win a couple games with them. Whoever's going to join Marcus Smart, so whoever they do, they know that they will be, drama. But, so, let's see who can, replace him for 25 games, I believe he was suspended for, so, yeah.
All for a perfectly imperfect tortilla. You've never bought into the idea of store-bought because saving time is never as important as cherishing it. You are fighters, and this is your reward. Liddell, the mark of a fighter.
Someone said Cam Whitworth right now. Will Levis's face. Oh my gosh, he is Will Levis of the draft, the NBA draft. That's pretty funny.
No. Keep going. Okay. Next. If you pick one.
Oh, you have time. Am I keeping you from your job? Next. I don't even know where I am anymore.
Stop. Do we finally have it?
Let's go back to the beginning.
Your electric future customized with fully electric Audi Q4 e-tron.
Finally, ready to go for the College World Series in Omaha.
The 2023 Men's College World Series. Network of ESPN.
That's it. Yeah. Griffith's Home Quote Explorer makes it easy to compare home insurance options.
Man, I told my wife I'd be here for hours. What do we do now?
We live.
Save time and money with Progressive's Home Quote Explorer. What you do afterwards is up to you.
Oh, I was actually just thinking I would take a nap.
Hello, angels! What a beautiful morning up here in the clouds.
Big day at Angel Soft, huh, Buzz?
Huge! Why choose between soft and strong? Strong and soft. Perfect. It's like magic. Every time. Angel Soft. Soft and strong. Simple.
Inbound is Smart. Turns it, she's a free left wing. Around and up. And they count it. Holding up the tip. Derek White put it up with about a tenth of a second left. And we're going to a game 7. 82 seconds to shoot. Puts up the shot. It won't go. And Tatum is down.
I mean, it turned and it turned hard when he stepped on Gabe Vincent's foot.
The Vikings' improbable postseason run continues. The Heat stop the Celtics in Boston.
This is long.
An incredible 7.
At least it didn't sound like I would.
That's how the Boston Celtics season ended. I know you're seeing a
All right, who are the Grizzlies going to take?
The Memphis Grizzlies select Marcus Sasser from the University of Houston.
Marcus Sasser from Houston.
Marcus Sasser, the 2023 consensus first team All-American, the first team to do that since Akeem Olajuwon in 1984. Once again, this pick on its way now, once again, to Detroit.
He fits well in the Motor City because Marcus Sasser is a 3-level scorer that is a fighter. I mean, he plays hard. He's got an attack mentality. He can shoot it, good off the dribble, capable passer, and he's a really good defender, especially on the ball. Opposing players in isolation shot just 30% when Marcus Sasser was guarding him. You see Kelvin Sampson, Jarris Walker, Quantas White, they are very happy to see, their leader, the leader of the Houston Cougars, took them to a Final Four, had them number 1 ranked last year. Marcus Sasser is a winner, and he'll fit in really well in Detroit with his workout.
Yeah, 17 points per game, just under 2 steals per game. He shot at a high percentage. I mean, made threes. He can bring a lot to this Detroit team. Detroit needs a strong wing defender, someone that can knock down shots. A 3-and-D. We talk about that a lot. That's just the nature of the NBA. He's going to bring that. Let's take a step back today because this pick has moved a couple of times. It was Memphis. It was their logo was showing it was picking. At first, it was for Boston. Then it was for Detroit. We haven't had a chance to talk yet about the move that Memphis made acquiring.
What are you looking for?
What do you think?
Well, I look at it 2 ways. First of all, they said we're not bringing back this Brooks under any circumstances, so you're filling that need as a on-ball defender. Marcus Smart
Oh, yeah, the video.
of the year. They now have the last
Say
two
hi.
along with him and Jared Jackson.
Okay.
You also have someone who can play point guard.
Hi, everyone. This is Ronald.
First 25 games of the season, and then they can start a lineup with Marcus Smart, Dennis Bain, John Morant. I love the move from Memphis. I also love the move from Boston.
turn Marcus Smart, who has been part of that identity and culture for so long in Boston, into Kristaps Porzingis, 2 first-round picks. Obviously, one now going to Detroit. But it was a great move for both teams, in my opinion.
Yeah, you can see the tenacity that Marcus Smart brings. He's been, you mentioned, the part of the fabric really of Boston for so long. About that Tyus Jones, right, would be the leader for them with John Morant out at least 25 games for the start of the season. How do you see that?
That's the big question mark, I think. And look, Tyus Jones is a starter in the NBA. And if you look over the last 2 seasons, every time John Morant has been out of the lineup, Tyus Jones' production has gone up. His efficiency has stayed the same, meaning it's there's no drop off in efficiency, assist to turnover ratio, all of that stuff. That's a void that they're going to have to fill in some way because Tyus Jones was so good for these Memphis.
Yeah, I want to check in with our senior NBA insider, Avery Wojnarowski, on this trade if you could, because it really did. It sent shockwaves through the NBA. What more can you tell us?
Well, again, ask me what's trade again. I'm sorry, I was just texting with a GM.
This is what you do, Woj. This is your night. We were discussing the Memphis Grizzlies acquiring Marcus Smart. How did that come to fruition?
Malika, once Boston's 3-way deal with the Los Angeles Clippers and Wizards fell apart, they were going to send Malcolm Brogdon to LA. They re-engaged quickly late last night with the Memphis Grizzlies, who have been in pursuit of Marcus Smart for years. And 2 first-round picks got that deal done with Memphis. It's interesting, the Grizzlies, they wanted certainly that toughness and leadership and playoff experience that Marcus Smart is going to bring to them. 2010, they traded for another tough-minded guard who was 29 years old, who had played his college basketball at Oklahoma State, like Marcus Smart. His name was Tony Allen. He had a great run with a great grind Memphis team. But this is a team that needs a point guard to certainly take the place of John Morant for those first 25 games. But they imagined Smart and Morant together. This was a player that, again, the Grizzlies had been in pursuit of for multiple seasons. They finally got him late last night.
Woj, thank you so much. Let's go back to that reporting that you were doing. Woj is also reporting to the Pacers. They're keeping the number 26 pick that is up right now. They're eyeing a mid-major riser on the boards on the way. That is what our Avery Wojnarowski is reporting. Indiana Pacers riser. A mid-major riser. Then there, of course, the Tyrese Halliburton, the star of that team.
Well, you remember when Tyrese Halliburton was drafted, we thought he was a steal, going as high as he did. He was undervalued even where he was drafted.
Let's see if they can find another steal here at number 26. Here's NBA Commissioner.
Who are the Pacers taking?
With the 26th pick in the 2023 NBA Draft, the Indiana Pacers select Ben Shepherd from Belmont University.
Ben Shepherd is going to the Indiana Pacers.
Senior guard from Belmont, the 2-time All-League first-team selection the last 2 seasons. He was the 3rd player to be drafted from Belmont in the modern draft era.
This is exactly the pick that I was thinking when I talked about Ben Shepherd fitting in with the Pacers. The pace that they play with, Ben Shepherd sprints up and down the floor. He is lights out from beyond the 3-point line. He defends. He's long. At the combine, he had one of the top performances that anybody has seen. All of his teammates said he was a joy to play with. The coaches raved about how coachable he was. He really tried to pick up the schemes that they were implementing. He is a bright spirit. He is highly skilled, and it's the perfect fit for the Pacers.
Well, he can shoot it. He can shoot it off the dribble. He's got really good speed. He's an underrated athlete out of Belmont. He had 41 in a game earlier this year. I think he had 41 against Tennessee Tech, if I remember right. He had 35 against Murray State. I mean, he can absolutely score, and he's an underrated defender. And athletically tested incredibly well at the combine. Shuttle times and all that. He can move his feet. But that shooting piece, he can make shots.
Yeah, he scored a career best 41 points in 2021-22, the 3rd most games since Belmont became a D1 program. So really for them, on the map once again in that way. Charlotte is now on the clock, Jay. Let's just take a look quickly at what Charlotte has been doing as of late. Obviously, we know that Michael Jordan is selling the team, but they've struggled a little bit recently. They've restarted as an expansion franchise in 2000.
Well, who are the Hornets going to take after lots of drama? Because, Hornets with the second overall pick, taking the pick is in, taking Brandon Miller, which looking on Twitter for the past, 2 hours, 3 hours. Fans are not happy with that, so hopefully Charlotte deserves a pick that they can be happy with because a lot of drama that they've been through. A lot of drama in the NBA lately. Marcus Smart, Chris Paul, Zion, Ja, Victor being the number 1 overall pick. So a lot of drama.
The reality is, over the last 10 to 15 years, they haven't drafted well. Some of that has been their own doing. Some of that is having the pick right after the generational talent. LaMelo Ball, an obvious building piece. Brandon Miller, if he turns out to be a franchise-level player, that's a great young core to build around. This pick is important, though. If they can find a rotation-level player here, it's phenomenal.
And that pick is in. Let's go.
All right, who do the Hornets take?
With the 27th pick in the 2023 NBA Draft, the Charlotte Hornets select Nick Smith Jr.
Nick Smith Jr. from Arkansas is going to the Charlotte Hornets. Oh, my. Nice to see that young man achieving his dreams.
For his family, sharing this with his parents, Nick and Candace, his grandparents, Gloria, Michael, Berlinda. He played just 17 games last season, but he told me that he keeps it all in perspective. He said that's not true adversity. True adversity is not knowing where the next meal is coming from. That was the case for so many people that he grew up with, he said. And that's what he tries to keep in mind. His parents actually had him in college. He used to go to the gym with his dad. They share an emotional embrace here. This is just a reminder that this isn't just about basketball. This isn't just about taking the next steps in the NBA. This is about dreams coming true for human beings, for real people, and you can see that emotion painted all over. Because you really want to soak this in. This moment, it only happens once.
The Utah Jazz up on the clock.
That has heard their name called on draft night remembers that moment. It will live as part of their story and journey, and it's an incredible feeling. And for someone like him, who was the number 1 player in his high school class, dealing with an injury, potentially could have been a lottery pick had he not been hurt and dealt with that last year, waiting around all night to hear his name called. Just an incredible moment for this young man.
And keeping all of that in perspective as he makes his way to the stage to finally get the moment that he has been dreaming about since he was a child, to pick up that hat, to put it on his head, and to shake hands with the commissioner of the NBA as he's welcomed in as a peer. Just incredible. Andrea, tell us about Nick Smith Jr. Well, Nick Smith Jr., I mean, he is a player that lights out from the three-point line, especially when he is unguarded. He moves well without the basketball, can space to the three-point line. We didn't see the best in terms of athleticism because of the injuries with Nick Smith Jr., but still a very crafty scorer, uses his body well. Coach Musselman talked about before his injury, Nick Smith Jr. was playing unbelievably. And then you have to think he returned to a team that was in a flow, and it was hard for him to get into a flow with Arkansas. This is a huge moment from him, and we haven't seen the best from him.
He's got great speed, a terrific first step, excellent in transition, and he can create his own. He can get his own shot. Good vision. But what I like best about him, he's got a competitive nature to him that is different from most really good players. He's a lottery pick.
And now he is with our Monica McNutt.
Nick, you're shaking your head still, and there were tons of emotions as you made your way to the stage. Can you share what those emotions are about?
19 years of hard work. Just everything I've been through. Still going through stuff to this day. It's paying off.
It is indeed paying off in a fine way. Candace and Nick Sr., you guys have watched your son navigate injuries, put in the hours, and you saw the emotion that came out of him. What do you think, as someone that has supported him in this journey, about tonight?
I'm extremely blessed. I mean, he's put in so much work. Like, it's been so many years, so much time spent, like, preparing for this moment. So I'm just, I'm blessed. Like, I feel so excited for him.
It is a blessing. It is indeed exciting. Congratulations to you both. Congratulations, Nick. We look forward to seeing you in action.
Monica, thank you so much.
The hard work is paying for him, but like a lot of these players, so it's great to see this. I mentioned this before, early in the stream. Oh, okay, the Utah Jazz back on.
With the 28th pick in the 2023 NBA Draft, the Utah Jazz select Bryce Sensabaugh from the Ohio State.
All right, Bryce Sensabaugh, he finally gets drafted from Ohio State. Great pick by the Jazz, 6'5", 230.
Great job, like you said, picking his spot because he's not the fastest athlete. He's not gonna blow by you, but he's crafty with the basketball. He'll set you up with a jab step. He's an inside-out dribble. He is a gifted, physically strong forward who can shoot the basketball. Just a pure scorer. I feel like getting to your spots is something that you start to learn later. You learn that as a pro. He does that already. He knows what his strengths are. He knows what his shots are, and he finds them.
6'11" wingspan too, and I think he's one of the best shooters in this draft. Mid-range, can get his own. He was just wired to score. He's born to score.
Indiana, the Pacers on the clock now, but once again, this pick is on the move. It is headed to next. Coming up after the break.
I'm going to look at this after the 2 picks because it's pretty late where I am. It probably, so if it's been, I can't stream for 6 hours. So it'll probably be, it'll probably be like midnight to like 1 a.m. for here, so.
Brand new Kentucky Fried Chicken Nuggets for just $3.49. This is Sadie. She's on Verizon, the network she can count on. And now she's got my plan, the game-changing new plan that lets her pick exactly what she wants and save on every perk. Sadie's getting her plan ready for a big trip. Travel Pass on. Nice iPhone. Cute couple. Trips don't last forever, neither does summer love. So, Sadie's moving on. Apple Music? Check. Introducing my plan, the first and only unlimited plan that will do exactly what you want, so you only pay for what you need. Act now and get iPhone 14 Pro Max on us when you switch. It's your Verizon. One app, one tap, one game. ESPN Plus for record and name. One app, slap so big, got a big place from your phone to the big screen. Yeah, you'll feel like a VIP. Top shelf content blowing up your feed. One app, footwork, subscribe. Y'all get hitting vibes and doing it live. Bravo, with a burn so dirty, make you wanna kick back with a 30 for 30. ESPN Plus, it's in the app. Everything you want right here, no cap.
The first woman to lead a men's soccer program to a national championship.
Doesn't matter whether you're coaching men or women, inspire them to be at their best. Feels like a change is coming.
Applying for a credit card on Credit Karma. They have this thing called the Karma Guarantee. It's sort of like a card fairy. If you apply for a credit card that has the Karma Guarantee and you don't get approved, the card fairy will slip $50 on your account.
Is he coming tonight?
Nope. Just got approved. The card fairy will just have to rummage around in someone else's fridge. Get approved or get $50 on offers with the Karma Guarantee.
Claire stayed in this amazing hotel and paid this much for her room. Jess stayed in the same hotel and paid a lot less. How? Let's go back. While Claire found her hotel on her usual booking site, Jess found her deal on Trivago. Have a look-see, Claire. Trivago compares hotel offers from major booking sites so you can find the best deal for you. Hotel Trivago.
Welcome back to the 2023 NBA Draft, where the Denver Nuggets, the reigning champions, are now on the board. It's pretty cool that the MVP, the Finals MVP, and the #1 overall pick, all international players. Really says a lot about the direction the league is going. Highlight of the parade, it's got to be Michael Malone, though. He was living his best life during that time, and now again, the Denver Nuggets, this is where this pick is at.
I tweet thanks, Sword, for another day every day.
23 NBA draft. The Indiana Pacers select Julian Strawther from Gonzaga University.
So the Pacers take Julian Strawther from Gonzaga.
He scored a career-high 40 points against my alma mater, the University of Portland. He was one of 6 Bulldogs with 40 points in a game in the last 50 seasons. He's known for his shooting. He's shot better than 40% from three, and even better on catch-and-shoot threes. JJ, I know you are passionate about what the Denver Nuggets are doing.
Passionate.
Passionate.
I said, well, I'm passionate about winning franchises. Yes, I am. No, listen. The new CBA is set up so that teams can't have 3 max players.
Yep.
The Denver Nuggets currently have 3 max players on their year, about $22 million a year. They found Christian Brown in the draft, who was a big contributor in that run. Peyton Watson showed some promise towards the end of the season. This is the spot where they will be picking going forward. Late in the first round, obviously they moved into this with a trade with Indiana, through OKC, I should say. They've got to be able to find rotation-level players that control costs going forward.
Right, because Brown, he came in the finals and he was able to make an impact. It takes an incredibly special rookie to be able to do that. What are they getting in Julian Strawther?
They're getting a guy who's playing in that mega program. You know, he made a big shot, and you gave the numbers. Like he can cut and shoot. He's a very good cutter. I think he could be a much better defender, but he's got long arms. He's athletic. He's tough-minded. He's Las Vegas, and I think he's just a really good all-around basketball player. But as he becomes a better defender and plays at the same level as both ends, because on the offensive end, he's legit.
Yeah, I mean, he hit the go-ahead three-pointer with 7 seconds left against UCLA. He's not afraid of the big moment. And as we're watching the highlights, you see how quickly he sets his feet? He gets his shot off with extreme speed. That's going to be big as he translates. JJ, you brought up the way that rosters are going to be constructed moving forward, how 3-star really isn't a viable option in the CBA. So let's bring in our front office insider, Bobby Marks, into the discussion, because Bobby, Denver has really been an expert in how they've built out their roster. What do you see there?
No, you're right. I mean, Denver, Miami tonight, Golden State, when you have a high payroll, you have 2 different choices to make. You can retain your own free agents. Certainly with Bruce Brown, that's a priority. It is draft and develop through the first round and the second round. And you've seen that last year with Christian Brown in Denver. And you're going to see that again with another 3-year player in Julian Strawther from Gonzaga here. Win now players that can contribute versus going out and finding players to sign to the veteran minimum exception.
So, Bobby, right now, the Los Angeles Clippers, they are on the clock, and they are certainly a tax team. What are their options? They sort of survey the future.
Yeah, I mean, the big option is certainly going to be what happens with Russell Westbrook. Yeah, he's a free agent. The most you can pay him is $3.7 million here. The other big question is what happens with Paul George and Kawhi Leonard? Both players are extension eligible, well-known, history of basically being on the sideline more than on the court here. That's going to be a spanking brand new building in 2024-25. So what do the Clippers do here at 30? Are they go for more of a project or one of these win-now players?
Bobby, thank you. Let's take a look at the price tag that Steve Ballmer has paid for these 2 players, for Kawhi Leonard and Paul George, of course, signed in July of 2019. JJ, Bobby just laid out a couple of options here. Help seems to be just the biggest word when you're talking about the Clippers, but what do you see as their help?
Well, I like that Bobby brought up Russell Westbrook because it was a poor fit with the Los Angeles Lakers. You know we had to get a Lakers reference in there, right? That's what we're paid to do here, and again, that's what we're paid here to do. No, but look, he was great for them in the regular season. He was even better in the playoffs. He gives them something that they don't really have, and that is someone who's going to put pressure on the rim and create pace. They're generally a methodical team with Paul George and Kawhi Leonard. You bring up the help. Look, Kawhi Leonard's probably not going to
start the season healthy. So there's going to be a delay. I like the thought process here of trying to find somebody to contribute right away. Because if they're not going to move off Paul George, then they're still in win now mode.
Right. They were eliminated by the Suns in the first round, so we're looking for someone that can help immediately. Because again, we saw Kawhi Leonard go through the season essentially load managing and doing it well. Because in the moments that we saw him, he looked excellent. The chatter was, "This is the Kawhi Leonard we all remember." So if they need someone to contribute now today, who is that person?
Could be Kobe Jones from Xavier. Like he's what Bobby referred to as a win now player. He's played multiple years at Xavier. He's got a great all-around game. He's a winner. Good defender. Passer.
So Deion Sanders, NFL Hall of Famer Deion Sanders, is having emergency surgery tomorrow for a blood clot around in his groin, according to Pat McAfee. So prayers to Deion Sanders.
And he brings a lot of size. When you're talking about Kawhi Leonard maybe not being available, Leonard Miller is going to give you that size that Kawhi has. Going back to Christian Brown, like I said, it doesn't take, it's not every women that can come in and have an impact like that in this high pressure situation. You've seen and you've been around this league for a long time. For a team that's in a win now window, what does it take to come in and immediately make that kind of impact?
Bring up Christian Brown. The guy won high school championships. The guy won a college championship. He played all 40 minutes in the NCAA championship game. He's been in big moments before. You need guys who have been in big moments before.
Let's see if we can.
All right, let's see the last pick of the first round of the NBA draft by the Clippers.
In the 2023 NBA draft, the LA Clippers select Kobe Brown from the
I thought he said Kobe Bryant. So Kobe Brown from Missouri is going to the Clippers.
concludes the first round. Thank you again to all the fans, especially those here at the Barclays Center. The second round of the NBA draft will be conducted by Deputy Commissioner Mark Tatum. Enjoy the rest of the night.
The first round of the 2020
All right, I'm gonna go because it's so late. All right, so thank you guys for watching my stream. God bless. Love y'all.